So last time we played, you guys had made your way through some dangerous terrain and on your way to find Mimir, the wise man, the man who may be able to shed some light onto this sudden darkness that has overtaken the land. You met his apprentice, who was adamant that the master did not appreciate visitors and that there would be some challenges along the way. The challenges seem to be.
I think that might have been understated, but okay.
It's possible that was an understatement. Uh, the,
Mm,
the challenges seem to be creatures that he had somehow entrapped into his service, including the spirit of a water nymph, which you guys handled without too much difficulty, and ghost bears, which proved to be much more difficult
ghost bear.
as they
So the challenging challenge.
yeah it's
Hit like a truck and we're invisible.
yes they
Kind of bears.
They did do a number on some of you. I believe Karo ended up getting wounded from the ghost bears.
I think Kara almost lost a freaking leg.
That's a scratch.
If 'tis but a scratch, indeed.
I lost two of my men.
It was fairly unpleasant, but you did manage to key in fairly quickly to the fact that the ghost bears were tied to these Pictish ghost trap talismans. And you recall seeing some others during your journey, and there was one in the vicinity of the river nymph as well. And that is probably the primary source of Mimir's power, is his ability to trap and bend ghosts to his service.
Yeah, with the water nymph, we ended up burning her bone.
You did, yeah. You did. You managed to kind of thwart her enough to get down and get her body, and then lay it properly to rest, and thus placating her spirit.
Don't get me wrong, the spirit catcher thing would have been a lot easier.
In the grand scheme of things, probably yes. But you have made your way to this hidden valley, this little hut, where there was a fairly wizened-looking gentleman with like a horned helmet, who basically came out as you approached and kind of said, "Oh, visitors," and then went back into his hut. And that is where we will pick things up.
Now, Ragnar,
Yes, Captain.
now I understand that I've been a little bit down on your particular homeland.
Well, you've got
And-
full right to be.
Well, it's not been the vacation I was hoping for by any means, but
Oh, same here.
is it normal for people just to ignore guests when they arrive after going through these trials and tribulations?
He might be going inside to prepare for a discourse. Either that or he is just completely avoiding visitors. I'd like to lean towards the first option.
Well, the reason I'm asking this question is I'd like to know whether I should take offense to his behavior or should I just go with whatever he's doing.
All I'm going to say is yes, because I don't know what to look forward to here. Like, I personally thought that Mimir was a legend before now, so...
So
You know what they say: never meet your heroes.
You really don't understand what's happening here either.
No, I think our best bet is to go in and try to put forth plainly what we came here to talk to him about. What it could mean for, what was the rune caster's name again? Like Ildra or something like that?
Idra.
Idra. about her runes that she carved herself being blank.
Now, I know this is a long shot, but Rory, do you happen to have any clue what's happening here?
Aye, well, Captain. Rudeness, maybe. I don't know. If the door's still open, maybe he expects us to follow him. I'm not really sure. These people have a bit of a strange way. I know if in my land, if somebody saw us and then just turned around and opened the door, and we'll be expected to come in because my people are about hospitality. I don't know about this.
Well, I suppose we should just go knock, or is the door still open, Chris?
It is.
But after you, Claudius, I suppose.
And you guys can actually smell the smell of food cooking.
Right. Claudius will give like 2 knocks and then enter.
Okay. So as you approach the little hut, it's like a one-room hut. So when you're at the door ready to knock, you can see the entire inside of it.
Okay, that's good.
And it is like it's cluttered. It's like if there was a hoarder that specialized in collecting pottery and urns and clay pots and glass vials, this would be the guy.
Constantine's hut.
In that case, I will push open the door and step aside.
From inside, you can see him like he's kind of bent over. Looks like he's stirring a stew like in a cauldron over the hearth. It's like, come in.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
Well, I don't get many visitors, and those that make it this far obviously have something of great import to request of me.
I'd say we do.
Yeah, being that there's limited space available, I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Ragnar will come in and take a seat where he can.
And there's a couple of chairs. There's like a little bench. There's a wooden table that, looks like it's mostly cleared off.
Yeah. I'll be like, I don't know if word traveled this far yet about the attack on the thing.
No, I don't get much news.
Large mass of undead forces swept the camp ironically after a holmgang took place between Folkmar Englisson and myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's bound to happen eventually. I mean, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but somebody was going to take Folkmar down.
Oh, yeah, he kind of disgraced my family. By the way, I'm Ragnar, Sigurd's son of Sigurd Halfdan's. I don't know if you met him, but the thing we came here really to discuss with you is when Idra cast her rune stones, they were blank, like nothing was carved on them anymore.
Well, that means that there's no future for them to portend. And as he's talking, he's like ladling this like thick stew into bowls for you. He doesn't ask if you want any or anything. He's just like ladling it out to you.
And I'll accept it.
He takes one of the bowls out to Clytius just at the door.
No, thanks.
My worry is that, like, I believe that Folkmore might have also had something to do with it, because I will say, like, when I struck him down, right beforehand, he grinned ear to ear, like, knowingly.
Hmm. Well, his family line rested on its laurels for quite a while. One of those families, they have one hero and suddenly they can do no wrong.
Sir, can I interject just for 1 second?
Certainly.
Excellent. Now, you claim that there's no markings on Idris stones because there's no future. Is that no future for her or no future for everyone?
Well, that would really depend on what she was trying to foresee.
I think she was trying to foresee into where this attack came from or whatnot. Do I remember what she was trying to?
She was just looking for kind of general portents as to what may be going on.
I'll relay that.
Oh, well then things aren't nearly as bad. That merely sounds like somebody blocking her attempts.
Well, now how does that work? Explain it to Rory. Rory understands that's so much better than the rest of us.
Well, a powerful enough entity, a powerful being of magic it would be in its best interest to ensure that others could not see what it was up to. So there are ways to block such things.
It almost seemed like it was like a possession when he finally died. And then as he seeped into the ground, the undead decided to rise, and the darkness came. Some foul sorcery.
I see. Well, there's no denying that. And he kind of like walks to the door and pokes his head up and points at the darkened sky. There's no denying that this is an evil portent for certain. Nothing good happens under the cover of darkness.
We were hoping with your great wisdom you might be able to help us get to the bottom of what exactly is going on and where we can go or how we can stop it.
I'm afraid I do not have much information, but I may know of someone who can help.
Well, let me guess. There's a whole labyrinth of creatures we have to get through to talk to that individual as well.
I don't believe so. And he just kind of goes up to like one of the many pots that he has on various shelves, and he pulls down this plain gray clay urn. It looks like it is of Hyperborean make. So Hyperborea is the country just to the east of Asgard.
Slavers, right?
Primarily.
Yeah.
It's like an empire, isn't it?
Hyperborea, I believe, is an empire, yes. It's like, I am what they refer to as a ghost catcher. No doubt you have seen some of my traps scattered on the mountainside.
Oh, absolutely.
You might need to get some more traps.
Well, I have plenty. But quite some while ago, I caught when I was a young man. And again, he looks like impossibly old. I caught a ghost from Hyperborea who told me a very strange tale regarding Harolf, an escaped slave from Hyperborea.
Anybody know who this fellow is?
That is the name of the gentleman whose horn you currently possess.
Oh, right.
Oh. Yeah. Ragnar will actually take that horn out of his pack.
He kind of looks at it very wide-eyed. He's like, "Oh, I believe the horn of Hrolf to have been lost many years ago."
It was in Vanaheim.
Well,
So yes, lost.
Yeah, it was lost. Was.
he seems to think for a second. Then he goes and he grabs like a clay pot, kind of like just like peeks the lid back just a little bit as he holds it up to his ear. You guys hear like a very faint whispering, almost like a wind, but there's definite words. It seems to emanate from that pot. It's like, I see. And then he takes the first clay pot that he bought. He's like, I do believe that this gentleman can help if you're willing to listen to what he has to say.
At this point, I am bound to listen to really anything. Just anything that can help us get to the bottom of this. I don't know about the rest of you. I'll look at the rest of friends.
Well, see, the sooner we solve this particular problem, the sooner we can get back to our ship. And then once back on our ship, the sooner we can get to an actual civilization that has some warmer temperatures, maybe.
I see.
I mean, there is that ice worm too. The treasure.
Yeah, the captain here did promise to hunt down the ice worm.
I believe I was intoxicated.
Aye, but I don't think they'll take that as a defense, laddie.
Oh, that's kind of the lifestyle here.
Well, yes, we'll have to deal with that first, but having no sun in the middle of the what?
Oh yes, absolutely. We need to deal
It's
with
summer,
this
I
first.
believe.
Aye, I don't think anyone's looking to go fighting ice worms in the dark.
No one's sane.
Well, if this part has something to say that will be helpful, I'd be more than happy to hear it. I mean, it's not the craziest thing that we've run across before, though it's probably in the top 10.
Really? Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, the craziest is still what we did down south, but yeah. Yeah, we're open to listen.
I think Claudius is still focused on those monkeys.
Aye, 'tis.
Goddamn monkeys.
So he takes the jar, and he opens it a little bit, and he kind of inhales from it, and then he exhales into the hearth, into the fires, and it blows up like this tremendous cloud of like ash and spark and smoke, and your eyes start to sting a bit. And you hear this this voice, this very, very old, very, very dry voice, like, and you hear it clearly in your mind, not with your ears. It just says, "I was a slave in Hyperborea long ago. I toiled in chains for a time. Logri the Binder grew powerful, so powerful that my master feared him. He sent me and a few other slaves into his fortress to steal his secrets. God, I remember." And as you speak, you kind of find yourself visualizing everything, and it feels almost like your mind separates from your body.
Ooh, good trip.
Mm.
I knew I shouldn't have eaten that stew.
And you find yourself in bodies that are not quite your own.
So more like a out of body, in a body experience.
Yes.
Okay.
You can only see the top part of this map, Chris.
That's because that's where there is light.
Okay.
So yes, you find yourself crawling down this narrow chimney-like feature. It is cold. There are insects that crawl over all over you as you crawl down this. Scorpions, spiders, things that are not foreign, or things that are foreign to the cold climate. The temperature is slightly above freezing.
Are we aware that we're in different bodies, or are we just reliving a past event?
A little bit of both. You're reliving the past event, but you're also aware of the fact that these are not your physical bodies. But just so it's not railroady, you guys are going to get to basically play rather than me
Okay.
just narrating stuff.
Yeah, cool.
So you climb down this narrow shaft into a near lightless stone vault. You hear moaning coming from within the vault. Like hairy and multi-legged things crawl all over you. On the very far side of the vault, you can see torches. And there are a couple just at like the edge of your vision. There are a couple of what look like wells leading further down. There are chains. There are bones scattered about. But you find yourself in a near lightless room. Carl kind of instinctively lights up a torch to give you guys a little bit of light.
What do we have for gear?
Just to make things easy, I'm going to say you guys have the gear that your characters have. You know, the previous party was like a couple of fighter types, a leader, and an alchemist. So,
Close enough.
yep. Rather than having to mess around with character sheets and all that fun stuff.
Just instead of Ortho's axe, I just have an axe.
Exactly.
Do we know what we're here to do?
You are here to steal the secrets of Logri the Binder. You are all slaves and have been sent by your master who fears Logri's growing power.
All right, so let's gather up some torches so we all have some. See what this room has to share with us.
Aye.
Sounds good to me.
Looks like manacles. Lots of manacles. Couple skulls.
Yeah, we'll do a little exploration of this room.
So yeah, manacles, skulls, body parts, and 6 wells that are graded over, and within those wells, you can hear shuffling sounds and grunting sounds, and the occasional inhuman screeching sound.
We free to move around this map?
Yep.
Oof, don't go down the well.
I just want to open it up.
Yep. And Clytius, why don't you give me a observation check?
Okay.
As the skilled ransacker.
I do get to reroll the 17. There we go.
All right. So it doesn't look like there's anything of immediate use here. I mean, you could, club somebody with manacles or something like that. But you do notice that the grates over those wells, if you kind of like look fairly carefully, when the wells are deep enough, you don't see what is making those sounds. But you can hear, like, as you get closer and bring the torch closer, you can hear them moving more clearly. Obviously, they notice the light, but they're outside the torch's radius.
Gotcha.
But the grates over those, they are designed to recess. So rather than like lift up the grate, put down the grate, it slides in and out.
Gotcha.
Aye, Captain. Do you want me to drop something down there?
I was thinking more like seeing if you could, at the very least, prevent them from pulling those grates out.
Okay. Well,
Maybe use some of these chains to, I don't know,
They probably can't do much.
wedge them in or something. I'd rather explore this door before we explore wells, is what I'm thinking.
Yes, it is. There's probably enough material on the ground so I could make a wedgies for everything to try to hold them into place.
All right, wedgies all around.
It's the first time I've heard a party say that.
And he says it with a straight face.
So that will be a crafting roll.
Yep.
In the meantime, as you guys continue to switch around, you do find that here and there are buckets, long-handled poles with hooks at the end. The buckets have like a kind of a very gory residue on the inside of them. To those of you that are sailors, they remind you very much of chum buckets.
Just slop.
Might want to watch your fingers there, Rory.
I'm sure what's down there is nothing we really want to meet.
Agreed. While he's doing that, Claudius, can you take a listen at this door or take a look at it? See if it's locked.
Observation to check out the door, Chris?
It would actually... What are you looking for on the door? Like, if you're just checking to see whether it's locked or not, it is not locked. Okay. If you're looking for any sort of trap mechanism or anything like that, that's thievery.
Sure.
I do have the thievery skill.
Oh, well, by all means. I just have to... I'm not a thief.
You absolutely are a thief.
Apparently.
Not a thief, a looter.
Gotta get 2 ranks in it. Grant you, it's only a 10, but still, that's a half and half.
Well, you've got focus and I don't, so that puts you out of the game.
So Rory finds some things here and wedges them into place amongst those mechanisms.
And I wander over and have a look at the door. I have no clue.
Okay. It's a door. You don't see any sort of mechanism or anything. You don't see you look up. There's no like buckets of pitch or anything above it. It's a very plain door, so you don't see any way that there could be like a gas vent or anything.
I figure it's just a plain door that opens into this so someone can throw some chum bucket shit down on whatever's in the bottom.
All right, Claudius, have a listen, see if you can hear anything out there. Ragnar, form up with me, if you would.
Yes, Captain. Yeah. There we
Yep,
go.
those are both good for observation. Anything in the room beyond? Making noise anyway?
From further down, you hear a rattling sound, like a metallic rattling sound. You don't think it's just on the other side of the door. You think it's from further beyond.
Could be a guard farther down the hall.
All right, who's our best fella at sneaking?
Oh, not me.
I got a 13.
That'll do. Let's see what you can find out there. We'll, Rory, you get behind us. We'll follow Claudius through.
Right.
Okay, so Clytius is scouting ahead slightly.
Yeah, Claudius, then Ragnar and Caro are going to be in a squad. Rory's going to be in the back.
Okay.
Nice roll.
Sneakity sneak.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. All right. So you open the door. I forgot to add a door onto this map,
It's fine.
but there should be a door behind you. I threw these maps together with Dungeon Alchemist because I wanted to see what I could do with it.
Oh shit! I meant to check that out.
So as you start to sneak down the hallway, you see it is a long hallway. Clytius, you can see that there are like doors on the left and right as you go down, and then again on the left and right. They're double doors, but again they seem to be very kind of plain. The whole thing does have a very kind of crypt-like look to it. But there are a total of 5 doors. You can see one right down at the far end of the hallway, and then like doors across from each other, kind of equidistant down the corridor here.
Do we? Sorry. Do they all have a similar look to them?
They do. They all look like everything has kind of a uniform look to it. You can tell you're definitely in a like a fortress or a dungeon or a crypt or something that has a uniformity to the construction.
All right. Do we want to clear these? Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Ragnar and I will move up kind of near the end of the hallway, and then between you and Rory, you can do some listening, do some checking. Slow and steady.
All right.
That work for everyone?
I'll check the one right beside me.
Well, I do wonder what's in the sarcophagus halfway up.
All right. So Caro and Ragnar.
Dun, dun,
Whoops.
dun.
Oh, perfect timing.
Excellent.
So as the two of you, when you guys get to about the halfway point, you hear like a very slight ratcheting sound. And then above the doorway that you exited out of, you see these panels kind of slide. And then there's like a sound. And both of you can give me difficulty 2 acrobatics tests.
Difficulty 2 acrobatics?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to spend the doom from the complication to make it difficulty 3.
I'm going to choose to fail
Okay.
and just get some fortune out of that.
Okay.
Because there's no way I can make that roll anyway.
All right. Ragnar, would you like to do an acrobatics?
Oh, actually, Chris, because I'm in a squad,
I was muted, sorry.
I can't
that was
react
shit.
anyway.
You can. Ragnar's talent allows for it.
I was going to say, I'm going to spend a fortune and a momentum.
Ooh.
This, I might be able to.
So if Ragnar gets that roll, does that automatically mean Caro gets to enjoy that as well?
No. It does not. Alright, so Ragnar, you hear this and you kind of throw yourself aside, get your shield up. Karo is caught kind of blindfolded. Blindsided, I guess.
So he might as well be blindfolded.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
You got a shield up, don't you, Ragnar? And shield wall?
Shield wall.
Does that work for me, Chris?
Shield wall?
As long as he has a shield, shield wall can take effect. I think it's anybody in my squad.
You treat all shields as large shields so long as you are in a squad with at least one other character with a shield. So it doesn't actually protect you, he would have to take the protect reaction to do so.
Okay, so I just get the 2 for my shield.
Yep. No, if you've got a shield and he's got a shield, then it would be 4, because it counts as a large shield.
Okay, that's what I was checking.
Okay, perfect.
I can't see the talent, so. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I stop.
Oh, not too bad.
And then 2 hits me in the where?
Location 5. Not sure what that is.
Be a nice thing to send to these guys to put the location numbers on the armor soak.
Oh, 5 is the right arm.
Okay.
I've got it on my sheet.
Right arm's got 4, so I'm good.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, so these darts shoot out of the wall. Yeah. And as you just kind of glance down, you do see that the tips of these darts are blackened.
Well, maybe we need to go a little bit slower. Chris, I'll pick up those darts.
Okay.
Well, Rory, I guess you're the one that should be leading us through this particular little labyrinth.
Okay, but I do not see what my knowledge of things may actually. Well, I suppose I do have a avoid fate, don't I?
Well, you know how to build stuff, you know how to break stuff, you know how to pick locks.
Aye, Captain, no problem. I just can't dance as well as others can.
All right, well, you just tell us where to go, and we'll go that way. You just use your superior intellect to lead us through this corridor without getting pincushion.
Aye, I guess the question is whether or not it resets or not as a mechanism. I mean, whoever built this here, it might have been they just figured one fire was all they're going to need, because clearly these darts are poisoned. Yeah. Although I'm not I don't know what's in the side chambers, and that actually worries me. I think we might want to see, because no one wants to get to that door at the end and then have all the other things open and like crap pours out.
But do whatever you think is best. Ragnar and I will just stay here for backup, and you and Claudius, you just pair up and go about your business.
All right, then, Claudius, let's try a door, right? Pick when you feel lucky. Give a listen.
Right. I was going to try this one first. I did have 1 success despite getting a complication.
Okay. On that one. You do not hear anything at first. But then you kind of listen carefully, You're listening, and then there's like the darts, and you're like, shit. And you wait for a second. And from within that room, you can hear what sounds almost like a very, very raspy, very hollow sounding, like, help me.
All right. Captain, are we doing this quiet still or noisy?
Well,
Pretty sure
quiet would be
these,
lovely if we can pull it off.
pretty sure
All
these
right.
rooms are full of slaves.
I probably dead dying. Or tricksters, who knows? But we won't know till we open it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we're in for that.
Well, we're here to find information, so if these people have information, that's be lovely. If we can save some people while we're at it, that'd be even better.
All right, I will see if I can open the door.
Okay. It does not take much to open the door. It's like it's a little stiff, but it's not locked or anything.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec here. And you open the room, and it looks like there's cells. Maybe about a half dozen of them or so.
Oh, fuck.
And in the kind of the dim, flickering torchlight,
That's hilarious. I can see through all of the cages, but I can't see through the doors.
yep, the doors are actually solid.
So the doors cast a shadow.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
But in the flickering torchlight and kind of moving around, you can see these like absolutely emaciated figures in the cages.
Aye, well, this place is full of slavers.
Well, that's why we're here, to put an end to it. I think that's why we're here.
If we want to let them go, it's probably going to be a riot.
Well, we should at the very least talk to them, shouldn't we?
That's your department, Captain.
All right. Roy, you think it's safe for us to move from where we're standing, or are we going to get shot again?
So while you're looking at them, these emaciated figures, they're reaching out towards Clytius, like, help us. And Clytius, because you're so observant, you notice that their hands aren't passing through the openings in the bars, they're passing through the bars themselves. And you can give me a difficulty 1 discipline test.
It's a term.
I mean, that clears that problem up pretty quick.
Discipline, you say? Okay.
Yep.
I can reroll the 15. There we go.
Okay. So you do manage to kind of like tamp down and go like, okay, no, I've seen dead things before.
Right. Yeah. Huh.
But we go into initiative order. So you guys are up first.
I'm gonna.
I nominate Claudius to go first. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back out of the hall and close the door.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
That's interesting. I wonder if they're going to follow.
Nope. Oh, nope. Turns out that they're beyond earthly concerns, as it were.
Oh, I got you. All right then. So it's a trap, basically.
Well, it seems like if the cages are keeping them in, it's more of a force of habit than. Oh, never mind.
Well, now, Claudius, what'd you do?
I will
Just following
get.
orders, Captain.
Everybody can give me a difficulty 1 discipline test as these spectral figures float through the wall.
I already made mine, didn't I?
You're good.
Okay, good.
Spend a momentum. Might as well gain some.
Good job. Plenty of momentum for you there, Rory.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just looking over my my talents for discipline. I have a few.
Oh, do you? Good.
Oh yeah, I got the courageous reroll, but I've also got healthy superstition and iron will.
It's funny, when I started doing my Monday game, I ran the free RPG Day module, and I was looking at the pre-gen characters for that, and like 4 out of 5 of them had courageous.
It's probably a good thing.
It's a solid talent.
Yeah, it's like that makes sense.
Difficulty 1, Chris.
Difficulty 1. So you do actually have 1 overflow momentum.
Ooh, what can I do with that?
Can you spend it for info?
You could spend it for info if you wanted, if you have any particular questions. You could spend it for 1 die worth of morale soak because of your healthy superstition, which would last until the end of the scene.
Yes.
That's worth doing.
Yep. It's the fact that it lasts for the scene and not just until your next turn.
Which is 9.
Alright, so you guys see these figures float right through the wall, kind of hands are stretched, and they're kind of moaning. You can hear this very faint moan of like, help us, release us, free us.
Chris, we're not in melee yet.
Technically it is initiative and it is your guys' turn. Clytius went in, kind of opened the door. Their action, they moved, so we're back at the top of the initiative order for all intents and purposes.
Let them up, Roy.
All right. Would I know that spirits would burn?
You're not sure.
Fire cleanses, yada yada, so on and so forth.
Well, okay. If nothing else, it'll give us more light, I suppose. Well, there's one right in front of me, so I guess
Maybe a small one.
Oh yeah, just a little personal one. Just, woof, here you go. All right, so we'll do that.
Okay.
Speaking of someone who is standing very close to it.
Well, yes, but the spread is only for, the things. So, incendiary 3, spread 4 damage.
Does it look like this was the entirety of the population of the prison, Chris?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Because you have ransacked. A quick glance around, you saw 7 cages in there, all of whom were occupied. You only see 3 ghosts out here with you.
Oh, so there might be people in addition to ghosts.
There might be, or there might be other ghosts that haven't come through here. You're not entirely sure.
Gotcha. These are just the 3 perkiest.
These are the 3 quickest. Right, that is a hit with 2 momentum.
Sweet. I'll since we're topped out, I will put that 2 in to hold on. Wait and see what my damage looks like, and then if I need to re-roll.
Yep. Ooh, 4 damage and 2 spread.
That's pretty nice. I'll put the 2 overflow into damage then.
Okay, so that would be 6 damage and then 3 damage, 2 damage. So 12 damage total.
Lovely.
So you kind of toss this out, and it itself doesn't ignite, but as the vial smashes on the ground and the flames erupt, it does seem to react to the fire.
Oh, good.
To your mind, it's probably the fact that your fire is alchemical as opposed to like a campfire or a torch.
Yeah, it's
There's a little bit extra to it.
just a little bit of.
Yep. All right, you guys are still up.
Go get him, Claudius.
All right. I think we'll give him the axe. Spend 1 for 2.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good job.
That is a good solid hit.
Ooh,
Reroll the blank. No. So that is going to be 8 damages. No, it's more than that, isn't it?
yeah, it's vicious on the axe, right?
Yeah. Should be 10.
Should be 10. Yeah.
Seems to have minimal effect.
Okay. I'll spend 1 for a stab with the knife, I guess.
Okay.
Or wait, how many extras did I do?
3, so you have 2 overflow.
Okay. So yeah, I'll spend 1 for an extra stab, and another 1 for 2 more dice.
Whoops.
No, I don't have any rerolls, so that will do as it may.
That will hit. Generate 1 momentum in the process.
Okay. Uh, 3 rerolls. So that's going to be on the knife. No unforgiving, so just 3 damage.
Your knife just passes right through it.
Okay, no worries.
All right, you guys are still up.
All right.
Let's go get him.
Like Terry Yellow.
Under his breath, Ragnar utters a prayer to the gods and brings his axe down on this ghosty in front of me.
I'll assist as part of the squad.
At least
Okay.
we'll attempt to. There it is. We have momentum. I'll put
Yep.
2 into it. Fancy.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So that is a total of 5 momentum. So 3 after you max out the pool.
I'll put all 3 of that into damages.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't think I want to re-roll any of that.
Oh, good lord.
2,
I'll
4,
leave it
6,
as
8,
is.
10, 11, 12, 13.
13.
These are physical beings. They might actually be hurt.
Well, if it's incorporeal, they just take, it's like armor, almost.
Yeah. Watch is that they are incorporeal and they have armor.
Oh, well, we got stuff to spend, right?
Yep. But I don't think you're going to need to. 13, that's 5, that's a wound. Axe is intense.
What, is it worth it to do blood on steel? No.
Not necessary.
Unless you can spill damage over to somebody else.
You can.
Yeah, you can do secondary target. One of them will take half that.
Sure.
Okay.
And then throw piercing 1 on it. I think secondary is 2, right?
It's 2. Yeah, it's 2 for secondary target, and then 1 to pierce 2.
And can I also throw blood on steel on that one if it comes up?
Yeah, you can throw blood on steel in because it's the total damage that gets halved, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
So that's gonna. So that was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage. Halved to 9. Because 5. So yeah, with a mighty cleave, you just dissipate one of them, and you don't actually connect with anything solid, but just the force of your blow just causes it to discorporate.
Just the prayer.
Yeah,
Only the prayer.
right. A little bit of spillover onto the other one. All right. Anything else from Ragnar?
I'm gonna close on the other side of that one that Claudius is on.
Okay.
Beat it up, Claudius.
Oh, I already hit it.
Do it next time.
I think that was us.
I think, doesn't Kara have to go?
I was in the squad, so
Oh, okay, gotcha, yes.
I'm in the please don't kill me squad.
Chris,
Yes.
do I figure that my Atlantean scimitar might be more effective against these things?
Probably. It would certainly be more effective than just mundane battle axe stuff.
Gotcha. Well, we'll wait for our initiative turn, I guess.
Okay. So they are going to do that. Oh, should have been 2 dice on that. I don't know why this is set as a minion.
In Ragnar's mind, his axe is just like he knows that it's nothing special about it. It's just he's like, no, this is what helped kill an elder god. I've got this.
Oh, I'm gonna spend Doom to roll that shit. Re-roll that shit.
That's a terrible roll.
So
I think it's a great roll.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4. So I'm going to re-roll 6 dice. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Kara said this in the please don't kill me squad. But I'm pretty sure if my squad is attacked, you're the first one to take damage, aren't you?
He is. They can't target the leader
Unless they do call a shot.
unless they do
Without
call.
Yeah.
without calling it. Yeah.
So technically, you're the kill me first.
Yeah.
Kill me first squad.
So the area on the attack is enough to hit everybody.
What's the attack, Chris?
It is poltergeist. It is poltergeist. They basically just cause all the shit in this room to just storm around.
So it's physical based.
It is physical damage.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everybody takes 8 damage.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
So 4 from the shield. This is
Any-
why I'm in the squad.
Location?
Okay. So Clytius to location 15.
Okay. That is right leg.
Rory location 9.
Which is
9 is torso.
okay. So I soak 4 automatically, and I've got a shield for what, 2?
2 dice, yeah.
Yeah. For Ragnar, the right leg.
I'd like to get that large shield up. 46, right?
Yep. And Karo, the right leg.
Carl takes 4.
1 and 6 is 2.
Yep.
So I take out 6.
There was 8 damage altogether.
8 damage altogether.
I
I'll
don't
take
know what
5.
my dice means.
Ragnar, your shield blocks 4.
Blocks 4, and then it was to my right leg,
Yep.
which also blocks 4.
Okay.
Oh, right, because we have you in the awesome armor.
Yeah, you do.
So yes, this thing just kind of seems to focus, and this room just becomes a swirl of stuff spinning all over the place, crashing into you, thumping off of shields. And
Oh, hey. A ghost. Rory,
Bet he's
killer fire.
actually actually a shady realtor or something.
Probably.
all right. So yes, 3 more come through the walls at the end of their turn.
Bomb time.
And you guys are up.
I hand Clytius my sword. Try
Okay.
this. It might work a lot better, Lottie.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Scimitar, Lantian.
Oh, okay.
It may possess properties allowing you to hit it.
There. I added a scimitar onto your sheet there, Don, so you can use it.
Okay, doke. Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I will. This one that's just like over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little fire on him too. See what happens.
Okay.
I also think I'm going to use 2 momentum, because that way I can generate some momentum.
Nice roll.
That'll do.
Excellent. All right, the usual 4 damage, incendiary 3, and spread.
Yep. That's 5. You can spend the 1 overflow to bring it up to 6.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. And then, so spread 3, spread 3. The alchemical fire does seem to be very effective against these things.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are still up?
Does this guy take any damage from coming out into where the last one burned?
No.
For the shot. Alright, I guess I'll try the scimitar on the same guy I attacked last time.
Alright.
I'll spend 1 for 2.
Alright. Gives you 1 overflow.
Excellent. Reroll the blanks. There we go. 7 physical.
Okay.
No effects.
Okay. You do connect with something solid on him. It doesn't seem to be enough to drive it away or anything, but it seems like the scimitar actually bites into its ghostly flesh.
Can I spend 1 to? Can I spend my overflow to penetrate armor?
You can.
How do we do that?
So that spending that 1 ignores 2 of its soak, bringing it soaked in 2, so it takes 5, which is enough for a wound. Actually, this one was already partially wounded already.
Yeah, I took a chunk out of it with the axe.
Yep. So that is
there.
Yep. So that is enough to drop that one.
Lovely.
It was the one in the middle actually. But,
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, the one that we squeezed.
yeah.
Okay.
Then I'll spend 2 momentum and 1 more to swing the scimitar at the other one beside me.
Okay.
You got this, Claudius.
But yeah, something about the make of this scimitar.
Oof. No, that's gonna miss.
Ooh, that does
Oh, no.
miss. And a complication.
Yep.
Right. That's so. Yeah, you swing with the scimitar, and you're finding it weird having to constantly adjust between like hitting something with weight and not hitting something, and it's throwing you off a little bit. And this thing kind of gets right up in your face, like inside the reach of your scimitar.
Okay.
Okay.
We have lots of momentum if you want to spend to regain your guard.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So it would be. You haven't used.
That's an action. That's not a momentum spend.
It is it's a minor action to regain your guard.
No, I haven't done a minor yet.
You haven't done a minor yet, so you can take your minor to regain your guard. It is a
parry
test.
check, I think?
It is a
Yeah.
parry test.
Nope. Guess not.
Okay. So yeah, you try to push this thing back, but it just kind of like almost like smoke, just kind of gets right up inside you and reaches for you with its bony clawed hands.
Okay.
Okay.
They were doing area attacks anyway. I don't know how effective your guard is against that.
That will take us to Ragnar and Karo.
All right, I think we're gonna spin on this one behind us. And why fix what isn't broken? Say another prayer under my breath. Slightly louder.
Okay.
But still kind of under the breath. And swing on it. I am going to put 2 momentum into this.
Okay.
You can re-roll that 18 if you want.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
Wise veteran for the win. Perhaps the best talent in Conan.
It's not much better.
Marginally better.
Momentum? Because I gave one.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna put 2 momentum into damage.
No, roll your damage first, then you can choose after, right?
Yep.
Yes.
The only time you need to spend momentum ahead is for extra dice.
Re-roll these blanks.
Nice. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Is that enough to drop it off the bat?
No, but if you spend the 1 for blood on steel, that'll push it up to 15 damage.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the 1 overflow, I think, right?
Yes, you did. Yep. So you swing that axe in a wide arc, and again, this spirit just sort of dissipates.
The gods are with us.
There's one that's left that is up inside of Karo.
That is.
Clytius, sorry.
I was say, I hope there's not one up inside Caro. That's too
Yeah.
close to me. I don't like it.
Okay. It actually does have 1 more die on this because of its reach. So.
Keep being reminded of
Oh,
the
wow.
Del Ballo song.
Holy shit!
Close to you.
What the hell?
Holy shit!
Ha!
Okay.
Now you know how it feels.
The 19 is not a complication because it actually does have a combat field of expertise, but the 2 20s.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Can't
All right.
just die out of
Remember this on
embarrassment.
more than one occasion.
So
Falls
yeah,
in the fire.
Dies out of embarrassment.
So yeah, it is like it's right up there in Clytius's face, and it reaches out this bony hand, and it looks like it's trying to like its bony skeletal fingers are trying to just merge through Clytius's flesh into his face and into his skull, and it just kind of lets out this shriek of pain, like something has gone wrong with its ethereal connection, and it kind of writhes in pain. And I will say that's 2 complications. So I will say, for 2 complications, I'll say it is just dissipated.
I like to think it's
Clytius
like,
was too much of a man for it.
I like to think it's like tries to reach through Clytius' skull, ends up just seductively caressing his cheek, and dies of embarrassment.
Actually, since Rory is right there, it looks like as it reached for Clytius, you saw a momentary flash from that medallion of Mitra that he wears.
Yeah.
Oh, a little protection there.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Figured Mitra must have been with you for me to roll that badly.
Oh, that was great.
I've seen you make
Alright.
some pretty bad rolls, buddy.
That is true. I mean, That's 59 on 3d20. That's like, okay.
No.
2 20s and a 19. All right.
Is everyone all right?
Had we been playing D&D,
Oh, yeah.
The dice would know.
In Don's Friday game, that rapier that Flint has, it's like that would have been 3 criticals right there.
Yep.
That's
Alright.
19 or 20.
So it is. It is all eerily quiet again. Although you can hear now distinctly the rattling of chains. Coming from up ahead. It seems like whatever spirits have been stirred up, things in this complex are starting to notice.
Yeah. All right. Let's just take a breath for a moment. Listen, see what we can figure out. No need to be barging in anywhere until we understand what we're dealing with.
Maybe we should hit the road, Captain.
I'm mostly trying to get my vigor back, Chris.
Yep.
Oh, thanks for the loan, Rory.
oh, no problem, lad. You may as well keep it till we're done what we're doing here, because you might need it again.
Oh, maybe.
Well, Roy, I guess you're still up. Lead us through.
Aye.
I guess with
Check
a
out the
title.
room we've apparently decided to kill everything in.
Guess with a title like The Binder, it means a little bit more than physical binding.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Or if nothing else, at least the door is a choke point. We can have a little rest here in this first room, kind of get our wits back.
What's a choke point if they're corporeal?
Well, we don't know that anything else that might be in here might also be, could be skeletons, could be whatever's something solid you can hit with the zombies.
This is true.
That way we know that with everything that would be in here, we've killed. So therefore, should be a reasonably safe room for us to have a quick little rest. Just to sit down, have a little tack, whatever, water.
Yeah, we just need a few moments to get our vigor back. So.
Yep.
Well, we can have a look and see. You never know. There might be something in here that might leave us a clue as to where else to go.
Well, what do you think, Roy? We want to go through door by door, or we just want to get to the end of this hallway?
Oh, should we check and see if there's anybody still alive in the ghost room?
Well, like I said, there might be something there, or might be some keys, or other things, or a journal, or something we can figure out maybe what's going on down here.
I didn't see much of a library.
My worry is that if we pop the end door, that who's to say that all this just doesn't come at us at once?
All right, room by room then. Let's check the one we've just cleared, then we'll go north, south, north, south.
All right, sounds great. Oh my God, people, there is a sriracha hot sauce shortage.
There is, yep.
Holy shit.
Only for people
Yeah.
who don't know how to make their own.
Now, the droughts in California are affecting basically the basic material of creation.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Ugh, oh well, life just gets sadder.
They're still growing good batches of peppers at the Greener Village, aren't they, Chris?
We have them in. We're I don't know when exactly they'll be ready to harvest, but yeah, we always do really well with hot peppers. We have
Nice.
one of our growing areas. It's right up beside the building, so the heat reflects off the brick onto the garden, and chilies need heat and sun.
Yeah, we got 4 or 5 types going on this year.
So yeah, it'll be great. I will probably make some hot sauce.
So even if there's a global shortage, maybe we can rely on local stock.
That's right. I'll be taking orders when I get ready to make some.
Put me down for one.
For sure.
I'm already trading with Chris for some cider for Anita.
Yeah. I think the best hot sauce I make, it's not a hot sauce. I make a really nice habanero relish.
That sounds delicious.
So it's
sounds
hot.
good too.
It's hot, but it's sweet because it's a relish. It's amazing, and I made a really really nice. It's almost like a paste. It was Thai chilies, garlic, and just enough vinegar to get the food processor to spin.
Put me down for some of the relish.
Yeah, want that?
I use Thai chilies in my breakfast burritos.
Yeah. Okay.
Go.
Now, Claudius, it seems to me that you're the best at going about and searching this particular room. You wanna see what you can find?
Are there any survivors, Chris? Well, are there any left?
There's nobody living, but you do find skeletal remnants in the cells.
All right. Well, I imagine if there's keys, they're probably hanging up somewhere over here or something, maybe.
Yep, there are some keys.
All right. I'll start opening up the cells for Rory to look things over, maybe. Because he'll know what he's looking for, and I'm not really sure.
All right. Well, probably a matter of sorcery, I would think. Yes.
Yep. So as you're looking over these these remnants, these bodies and skulls and stuff, you do notice that each of them has an emblem emblazoned in the like literally carved into the skull, and into the bone. And with your combination of alchemy and medical knowledge, there's little bits of flesh. It looks like these symbols, these sigils, were carved into the foreheads, maybe while these people were still alive, but carved with such force and ferocity it cut into the bone. And
Ragnar's just gonna wait at the door shining style with his axe.
okay, perfect.
I understand this one.
And Rory can give me a let's call it a heal roll.
A what?
Healing
Medicine.
medicine.
So this guy's a right son of a bitch, eh?
Yep.
Seems so.
I immediately don't like him.
Oh, nice. So there's 2 momentum in case you have any other questions. But you look, and it looks like those sigils were carved with something pointy rather than something sharp.
Ooh, kind of like tattooing.
Kind of like tattooing.
Probably went all the way through.
That's some pretty fucking aggressive tattooing.
Well, okay. I will spend. I got the 2 momentum, so we're at full, right?
You're at full, and then there's the 2 that you just generated.
All right. So I'll use 1, and I will ask the question: do these symbols seem to be sorcerous in any way?
Yes, you would guess with your still relatively rudimentary knowledge of sorcery. Most sorcerers, when they bind a spell or similar, they inscribe their personal sigil upon it.
Yep, I figured as much. And then I'll use the other momentum for one last question. Whose sigil is this?
Since you're basically playing through the memories of this ghost is provided, that is a symbol of a powerful sorcerer known as Logri.
Logri.
Logri, Logri.
Logri the Binder.
Yes.
All right then. Hi, lads. So we've discovered Logly the Binder. This is his handiwork. These symbols on the skulls are basically pierced, tattooed right in them, right straight through to the bone, and it's basically their a sorceress binding symbol. Dear Lord.
So, should we bust them to set these spirits free?
I would say, just to be on the safe side, just take a hammer and smack them and break the skulls. At least break the symbol.
Right? Get to work.
Okay.
Smashy, smashy.
Okay. So yes, Clytius has the the physical strength necessary to break the skulls. You do find it's a little harder than you expect, indicating these skulls are probably fresher than you thought.
Well, I mean, it looks like there's some ball and chains available.
Yep.
And those things are pretty hefty.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, it's more a matter of the flesh on these skulls is probably not naturally rotted away. They're not that old.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
they are still clean, pristine skulls.
This guy is a rotten son of a bitch.
Not pristine anymore.
So what we found? Anything interesting?
Confirmation that this guy is a what do you call him, Rory? Spirit binder or some bullshit?
He's a binder. He's all of these poor souls that were in these chambers. Literally had his symbol of binding put right on directly to their foreheads. Tapped in so hard for the skin that it actually imprinted right on their skulls.
While they were still alive.
Well, perhaps we should go find this person and make sure he doesn't harm anyone else.
I think that's the long-term goal here, yes. We'll just try to get out of the chambers first.
I think the mission was to learn his secrets.
Yes.
Well, we've learned one.
All right. Roy, you're the expert. Lead us along.
Aye. Well, we'll just continue along the sweep and we'll see what we got in these other rooms and then we'll tackle the big door at the end. We also might want to have a look at the sarcophagus.
All right.
Rinse and repeat.
I'll check the sarcophagus if you want.
Because you never know. And it might have riches.
Yep. Just get the edge of the axe in there or something and wedge it up.
This could be our first real dungeon dive in this game.
It does feel like this.
I think so. You've done a couple of like little minor things, but
Like the first big one, though, right? Like room by room.
yep.
I mean, after what 25 games, that's interesting.
Yeah, like we did like the sinking temple, but that wasn't really a dungeon run. That was more of a
Blitz.
yeah.
The city run, yeah. You know, this is old-fashioned. That's what I'm thinking. We don't want anything to pour out of the doors if we accidentally open that other door. Next thing you know, we're fucking fucked.
It feels like an old D&D game, right?
Anything
Yeah.
in the sarcophagus in the hallway, Chris?
Just give me 1 sec.
Oh, no worries.
Uh-oh.
I'll take that as a yes.
So you open up the sarcophagus, and inside there is just like a very desiccated, dried out body. Looks like the tattered remnants of priestly robes. But they're so far gone at this point that you can't tell what religion they may have been.
Right. Looks like a dead guy, some kind of priest.
Right.
Do you want to take a look at it, Rory?
Is there symbology on his forehead?
There is not.
Nope, doesn't seem to be.
This might actually just be a dead one. Yeah, just well, smite the head in just to be safe.
All right.
Okay. Smash, no problem.
Probably easier than the other ones, I would say.
Yes.
Not taking any chances today.
That one, when you just kind of like, when you're getting ready to smash, you're kind of moving it into position so you're not like, smushing it into the pillow or anything. It starts to crumble to your touch right away.
Well,
Anything
that's a
shiny?
little excessive, but all right.
Nuke it from orbit just to be sure.
I think this was the noisy door. Do we want to go that one next, or one of these other ones?
Well, whatever Roy thinks is best, and it's really his area of expertise.
Aye, well, this door that's just across from Ecletius, we probably should have a look at that.
All right.
Aye.
Have a listen and check it out.
Everyone get ready.
Okay. You don't hear anything on the other side of that door.
All right, I'll pop it open.
I decided to do this up as like separate maps instead of like a board game type of thing.
No worries. It's loading. Please wait.
So in this room, the room looks relatively barren, but kind of central, you do see a circle engraved on a stone floor.
Yeah, and it's the glowing green nonsense that
Yeah.
strikes me as odd.
It actually takes like a force of will to look at it. Just like looking at the engravings and the circle, your mind instinctively tries to recoil in on itself, and you have to force yourself to look at it.
Do I?
Well, that's up to you, really.
I feel like I just give in to the impulse to look away.
And then there is also a little cell off to the right here.
But Rory, there's definitely some magic shit in here.
And those of you who are actually looking at the magical engraved circle in the middle can see what looks like a burned black human form in a kneeling position. Kind of like, kneeling, arms out, head to the, like forehead to the ground sort of position, like a worship position as opposed to a just general kneeling position.
All right. Any idea what this might be that I might have encountered in a book or something somewhere?
You can make a lore roll.
I'm going to use a couple of momentum.
Okay. In Tony's game, I'm tempted to pick up lore and a bunch of lore talents just so, like, the meathead is the guy that knows things. And then just not tell anybody.
That sounds about right. Just watch them do stupid stuff.
Oh, nice.
Rory knows all the stuff.
Okay. So, you're looking at it, magical circles are designed to either amplify or contain or control power. Your guess would be, in this case, it was designed as a focal point. So basically, the sorcerer would stand on the outside of the circle, summoning or otherwise conveying power into the center of the circle, kind of like a capacitor.
Uh,
There's probably a tremendous amount of magical energy within that circle.
so, is that a case where it can be drawn out of it? Or is it a summoning circle? Or
You can spend a momentum.
I will spend one of that 3 generated, and we'll take the other 2 to top the pool.
Okay. It doesn't look like a summoning circle. But then you take a closer look at like the sigils and stuff, and there are summoning elements to it. And then you kind of piece things together, and it is definitely a summoning and binding circle. The magic inside was probably used to kind of like punch through to the outer dark, to whatever was being summoned.
Gotcha. So this is the place where basically he does his binding work and uses this power to bind the spirits to what he needs. This is problematic.
Is there a way to sabotage it?
Well, probably, but I don't know what kind of effect that would have on everything else.
Do you think that's the? Do you think that's the thing he summoned, or is that the?
It's really hard to say. I would say that whatever's in the middle is not necessarily being yet. Perhaps it's gestating, or perhaps it's awaiting further construction, or it's hard to say.
So is this the little thing? Is it keeping something in or keeping something out?
Well, that's a good question. I will ponder.
We have momentum to ask questions. So
I suppose.
you get 2 more.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is there anything in the cell?
There is not.
What do I figure the thing in the middle is?
So as you look at it, it is definitely a human. Judging from the soot-like covering around it, probably no longer alive. You would guess that the circle is probably containing the energy, but not containing any sort of entity.
So it's a big energy pool used to summon, prep, and bind things.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess the next question is whether we can you figure out a way to shut that particular door?
Yeah. We'll spend another momentum. How do I destroy it or turn it off?
There's 2 ways. If you were a skilled enough sorcerer, you could try to undo the magic safely. That would require the summon a horror spell.
Where is it?
Or magic circles are well known to be susceptible to having their intricate markings and stuff marred. So simply destroying the binding markings around the edge of the circle will cause the circle to fail. Whether it fails gently or catastrophically, you're not sure.
Sounds like this is a job for Ragnar.
So I relay that information to the lads.
I don't think that's a job for anyone. Is there any reason why we need to be fucking with this thing, or can we just leave it the hell alone for now?
Well, the only thing I can say is that this is probably some of the great power that's behind the sorcerer. So turning it off might limit him in some ways.
I'll do it.
Well, now before we do anything, that I'm very slow at times when it comes to stuff like this. So I'm just going to walk through what I've learned from what you've told me, and you can explain to me if I'm way off base. So if we mess with the markings around that particular circle, something's going to happen. It's either going to be really, really bad or really, really good.
Yes, potentially either way.
But we have no idea which.
No, but what we can probably discern is the magical energy that's inside that he uses as his well or a battery, whatever, probably will dissipate. The question will be how it will dissipate. Will it be a violent dissipation, or will it be just gone in the wind?
Right. But would it be? Would it make some sense if we turn off his source of power that he'd be aware of what's happening?
Well, it depends. Possibly. It's also possible that it could stop all of the other spirits that are bound, perhaps, because this might be the energy that's fueling all those bindings.
That's good enough for me. You fellas get to a safe distance.
Well, no, Claudius, I have a better idea. Well, I have another idea. It might not be better, but I have another idea. Perhaps if we all wait in the hallway and Rory just concentrates a little bit and uses his particular little skills that he's picked up from Zabibi, perhaps he can do it from a distance as opposed to us standing next to it.
Unfortunately, Captain, and as wonderful as that, and I do appreciate your belief in my skills. It's impossible for me to do. I do not have the skill, but more importantly, I don't have the spell. My learning with Zabibi, I've only learned how to work with the elements of nature. I haven't learned how to essentially summon the beasts that this thing can.
Well, I was thinking maybe you could just make a giant fucking storm or call some lightning or something.
I think piling magic on top of magic is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, not with.
I think this is all a bad idea.
Well, not without affecting us all. We would be caught in the radius.
That's why I thought we'd stand outside while you did it.
Due respect, Captain. I feel like I've got to do this.
All right, you don't mind if we stand in the hallway while you go about doing your thing?
No, go ahead.
Gladius. Hope Mitra's looking over you.
I will observe from the doorframe itself.
And Claudius, you are a great first mate. I really hope that after this particular bit of nonsense and risk taking, you do make it back to the hallway. If you don't, who would you like replacing you as first mate? Do you have a preference?
That's up to you, Captain.
All right.
So I'm gonna stand basically in the doorway, have a good look, and I'll see if I can direct him towards. Yeah, you probably should, try to get that one, and try to get that one, and try to get that one.
Yep.
This is a terrible idea.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I love it. It's good.
Ragnar is just gonna say yet another prayer under his breath. Just. God's watch over us.
Yeah, see, I don't need to mutter that under your breath at this point.
Yeah, when I say under his breath, he's not quite shouting it, but it's loud enough that anybody can hear it.
All right, Ragnar, we got this.
Pythias will offer a prayer to Mitra once everybody is gone. And I think I'll probably use the Atlian scimitar.
Okay.
Rory seemed to think it had some kind of magic in it.
All right.
Maybe that'll help.
So, why doesn't Clytius give me a sorcery test?
Oh shit!
Sure. I will spend 2 momentum. No, I will spend. I will spend a fortune.
Yes, yes.
I'll spend a fortune and 1 momentum.
Sounds important. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that!
Wow.
Fancy.
Double ones.
All right,
Claudius is a sorcerer now.
Probably just going to get lucky when he actually hit.
So, as you kind of drag that Atlantean scimitar across the sigil, there is this tremendous, like, inrush of power. You expect it to kind of like explode outwards, but instead of it's almost like it sucks you in, and you take like an involuntary step, and your mind gets assailed with visions. Thankfully, you got 2 successes, so you don't have to worry about the trauma. You see a vision of like a golden city, and in the distance, this tremendous tidal wave approaching the city. And your vision kind of zooms in on this dark-skinned man, and when I say dark-skinned, I mean like black as night, so dark that you can't see any, like where the joints are or anything. Just like a void of darkness in the shape of a human.
Gotcha.
But somehow you sense that he's smiling. See another vision of, fields lying in ruin, and not just like a field here or there, but like all of the fields, all of the plant life within an entire country. And again, this dark individual smiling. You have a vision of a city burning. And fleeing from the city, you see rats, dozens of rats, but they have the face and hands of humans and a dark, dark tone to their flesh.
Right.
And various other visions of like destruction and death on a mass scale.
Okay.
And ever present is this dark individual, and always smiling as ruination comes. You guys kind of like snap out of it. You guys are like outside. You hear this very subtle like. Whoosh. You're expecting something big, something grandiose. None of that seems to happen.
Gladius, you all right?
Yeah, I think Claudius's first reaction, probably the old standby, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Make sure everything's still there.
Grab some rum.
Yeah, I seem to be all right, Captain. Whew. Okay. Uh, there was some kind of weird visions of like a black, like not a black man. It's not racist, but like a black man.
Ebony.
Mm.
So,
And
is there still that human in the middle?
There is.
All right. I'll go over and I want to check that out.
Quick, crush his skull.
Poof.
So yes, it's a human, just like completely like covered in soot, like burnt to a crisp in a kind of like supplicant position.
Possibly the sacrificial victim that got things underway. I take my sword from Clytius and I
Yeah, sure.
poke it.
When you poke it, it just like crumbles into just dust and ash.
Oh, good. That's
Good job. You got him.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how this turns out. But hopefully, there's a well of power turned off.
Yeah. I don't know if the fellow I saw in the vision was the thing that he summoned or the man himself, but either way, it's not good.
Why? Could be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Really. This is strange.
Definitely needs to be parted from this mortal coil.
Yeah, this is strange. I think even by our standard.
Well, the sooner we could figure out what the hell's going on and get the hell out of here, the better I feel. I don't know about you.
Sure, I'll take a fellow made of darkness over a 70-foot tall tentacle monster any day. That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, or someone who's trying to end all life on our planet.
Well, my concern is that, Rory, you mentioned that maybe it might be aware of our presence now that we've disturbed its power source. So,
Better keep moving.
Aye, we'll move on to the next set of doors.
We're still saving the noisy door for last.
Yep.
Right. Take a listen at this one here.
Okay, give me observation.
I can re-roll the 20. Not a 20.
All right. So you can hear the rattling of chains coming from that northern door,
Right.
and the southern door you hear like somebody laughing and talking to themselves.
Ooh. Yeah, this one's gonna be a crazy. Count to 3 and pop it open.
Another two, and you got to join us.
All right. So this room, I didn't draw a map for this room, but in
Oh, sorry.
that's okay. This it's a very very sparse room. It's lit by a lamp hanging by the door. Chained to the far wall is a fairly young man. Cushions and furs kind of lying scattered around the room. And you see like he's kind of cradling one hand to his chest as best he can where he's chained up. You see he does have this like very kind of raw looking wound in his forehead, and he is muttering to himself in some language, and his eyes kind of look up at you and flail, and he smiles, and he lets out this just like hideously insane laughter. And I need everybody to give me a difficulty 2 discipline test.
ooh,
Difficulty 2 discipline we're rolling it? Alright.
Yep.
let's spend a fortune on that.
Okay.
I'll spend a momentum.
Reroll 20.
Oh, never mind. I got dick.
It's only one momentum.
I fail.
I also failed.
Alrighty. I think I will take some momentum.
Nice. 2 momentum there. So it's only Clytius and Ragnar that fail.
Oh boy.
It's unsettling.
Oh, that could have been so much worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is going to be 6 resolve.
I block 3.
You block 3. Would have thought.
3 for us?
Yep, minus your courage.
Cool. In that case, I will take no damage.
Where is courage? Oh, right. I don't have that.
You should have, because you have courageous.
What? Shit, I do.
So you have courage of 1.
Cool, so
Only-
I take 2?
2? Yeah, that's
It-
fine.
So yes, this laughter, it does not sound like it's something that should emanate from a human throat. It sounds like that laughter is digging deep into the darkness beyond, and pulling it forth.
Well, he's already got the mark on him, right?
He does.
Claudius, shut him up.
Well, is there any chance I can tell what he's talking about? What he's speaking?
Can make a linguistics
is it-
roll.
Is it a common language?
It is not, but
I think I have a talent for that.
I'll try linguistics. No.
Well, actually, I have linguistics too. Could I also try to figure out what he's saying?
sure. All right. So it sounds like to Rory's ear, since you're actually trained in linguistics, he's speaking some sort of proto language. It could be Atlantean, it could be Lemurian, it could be Velusian. You're not sure, but basically one of those old root languages. But you do manage to catch the words master, Logri, the name, endless dark, and infinite worm.
All right.
And actually, since you're from Cimmeria, a lot of the world's words sound like they're similar to Pictish, but not Pictish. But
And I'll just be ready to give him the axe.
All right. So it's Master Logri, Endless Dark. What was the third one?
infinite worm.
All bad things.
Worm, as in WURM.
WYRM.
Okay.
Claudius, the less that talks, the better.
Right. So I'll give him the axe. Let me know if you need me to roll or.
You do not. He's not putting up any sort of a fight. But as you decapitate him for a moment or two after he's been decapitated, he very clearly says, the Pharaohs, the glinting light is coming. And everybody can give me another round of discipline tests.
Well,
God damn.
exactly.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
We.
3. Yes, the part where he's still talking after he's been decapitated and becomes much more clear.
Yeah, I'll spend a momentum on this, but I'll spend or I don't want to spend a fortune, but I'll spend a momentum.
I'm spending a fortune.
Yeah. That's
I'll re-roll the 20. Probably won't help me succeed, but
Oof.
20 turned back into a 20.
So,
Oh boy.
discipline, right?
Yep.
And we get one momentum left.
There is one.
I will snag it in the hopes of making more.
I got the one back anyway.
job.
So it was Clytius and Ragnar.
Yep.
3 from me.
Oh, I apparently had your token selected.
I'm not sure who rolled. I rolled 4, so yeah.
Yep. So Carl blocks 3. I only rolled 5. So it means Ragnar takes another resolve, and I don't think Clytius takes any.
Nope, I'm good.
That's great telling.
Yeah, I'll make sure to once his head comes off to track it down and split it down the middle after he starts talking again.
Okay. Yeah, it's like it's right there at his feet. It doesn't like grow little spider legs like the thing.
Good.
I think that would be a much
That'd be
higher discipline
terrifying.
test.
Yeah, make sure to just split that rune down the middle,
Okay.
4.
just so we don't get any fucking shenanigans in later on.
Nope, no shenanigans.
All right. We know there's something behind this door. Might as well keep going.
May as well.
Right.
All right.
Loading. Please wait.
That's right. In this room, you see there's a bunch of like bones and assorted body parts in various states of decay spread all over the ground, and there are a bunch of corpses hanging from what looked like meat hooks, basically spread throughout.
Mitra Bacillus.
And they are still twitching despite their state of decay.
I love that.
That is a discipline 1 test.
Wow. This place sucks.
Seriously. You think by now we'd be insulated against such things?
I mean, Some of us are. I think Caro is doing his best Shaggy impression.
Ruh-roh. Oh, that was Scooby.
Oh, gotcha. Time for a Scooby snack.
All right. Yes, there are these corpses hanging from what look like butcher hooks. They are moving. They are twitching. They are in various states of decay. But honestly, at this point, you guys have seen worse.
Yeah. I think they're not going anywhere. Might as well just wade in and
You don't let them
Dispatch.
suffer.
yeah.
Free their souls from their bondage.
Right now, give him a hand, will you, please?
Yes, Captain.
Axe in one hand, cutlass in the other.
Okay.
Just dual wielding the or not dual wielding, but like two-handing
Okay.
power.
Yep. Everybody has a range of at least 2, right?
Yep.
Or reach. Okay. So yeah. I will get. You can give me an observation check, Lytius, and Rory can give me a medicine check.
Okay.
Or healing, I guess.
Fuck.
Oh, wow, Claudius.
There we go.
Still not quite as bad as Anita yesterday.
Oh, it was so bad.
Anita had, what was it, 4 complications and 5 rolls?
Whew, thank God for sharp senses.
Oof.
Hot damn.
For fucking sake, Jesus Christ. Sure, fault,
Rory's
Chris.
just like, they're dead. They're just dead.
Alright, so you guys do manage to cut your way through, keeping them at bay, because like I said, they are on hooks. They are reaching for you as you come, but they only have like their arms and their like, bony fingers.
Yeah, mind the backswing.
But you do notice that a number of them, Clytius, look like they've been cut and then sewn back open in places.
Cut and sewn back together, or cut and something sewn into them?
Like sewn back together. You're like, wait, I've been cut up a few times. Rory's patched me back together. It looks like
Gotcha.
somebody has, like, basically done surgery on these people and then repaired them.
Oof.
Yeah, alright. Can I use my information spend to determine if it was before they were dead or after they were dead?
It was before they were dead.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just tell Rory. He's cut into all these people, sewed them back up before they died.
Oh, God. Heinous torture. Yeah. These poor folks.
Once we get them all dispatched, Chris, I'll cut into one of the spots that was sewed up,
Okay.
just in case there's something we missed in there.
Okay. Nothing that catches you as being out of the ordinary. Nothing that Rory notices.
Okay.
Just somebody cutting in and being malicious.
We may not be able to help them, but we can put them out of their misery.
Yeah. Make sure everybody's stopped moving. These ones don't have runes in them, right? Or do they?
They do not.
So apparently he doesn't need runes for these ones.
Let's see what we could find out. We got to get this information, get the hell out of here, yeah?
I wonder if this is like a preparation room.
I think we found out a lot.
Like he's prepping them for being implanted with a sigil.
We definitely found out this guy's a right shithead.
Very much so.
Regardless, we have a mission. let's continue.
Uh,
So the only room left is the room at the end. But I think before we kick that off, we'll do a bio break.
A long ass hallway that was.
Sounds good.
Good old dungeon crawl.
The
Yep.
Hall of the Damned.
That's right. So yes, we will take a brief break and then we'll be right back.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Beer back.
So, you guys have made your way down into this hallway of despair. Only the final room left.
Like, I think for Clytius, there's a lot of gray area in the world of morality, but there's some things that just aren't right.
Well, this ain't right for sure.
Yeah, and when he comes along something like that, he really feels like he's got to try to put a stop to it.
We're not heroes, but sometimes an asshole needs to get killed. Right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's certain things you just don't do.
Yeah, slaving's one of them.
Well, I mean, everything we've seen along this hallway is unacceptable for civilized folk.
Oh, true, but it does stem from slavery. This is like the mystical next step of slavery.
Yeah, slaving a man to death is one thing.
Just keep in mind, our role here is to get information and get out. So we have a lot of information. Let's try to get out while we're doing it, right?
I don't think the way we came in is the way out, is it?
Don't believe so.
All right, so
Like, we came into the room with the wells, but we didn't come from anywhere in that room. Did we?
It seemed like we just magically appeared in there.
correct. You guys are basically playing through the memories of this previous group.
Yeah. So that's our spawn point, but it's not an exit. That was the point I was trying to get at.
Yep.
Yeah, regardless, if none of us get away with this information, this mission will be a failure.
Okay.
No unnecessary risks. But by now, I'm sure we understand how to get through a door. We take a listen, we take a look, and
Yeah. Should we wait for Zach, I think? Yeah. Unless he's muted again.
So we're just waiting for Zach.
Sounds like.
Okay.
Jeff, you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first of all, may as well get Clytius. I assume you're listening at this door.
Yeah. Get that out of the way. Rethrow the 19. There we go.
Not
Put
bad.
some momentum back in the pot.
So on the other side of this room, you can hear chanting that seems to be rising to a feverish pitch.
Oh, that's bad. Might want to get one of your big ones ready, Rory.
One thing I've learned is chanting is very, very bad. So
Almost always bad. Yeah.
Always, always bad.
So whoever's making all that noise and all that chanting, Rory, I want you to blow them to hell. All right?
Yeah, I'll use a bigger bomb.
Claudius, lays in. Let's go.
All right. Well, as soon as Zach gets back, we'll kick open the door.
Kick open the door. Is it a monster or a trap? And finally, we'll loot the room.
You betcha.
All right, give me 1 sec.
My immediate supervisor reminded me on Friday that I'm on vacation this week. And I was like, oh, thanks. I totally forgot.
Sweet.
Vacation would be nice.
Yeah. I'm all for it. I just wish I had, somewhere to go or something to do.
Hmm.
Well, there is that too.
I got one coming up in July. So.
Most of my vacations come like half days on Friday if there's not stuff showing up at the shop. So
Fair.
Well, I've been at UPS forever, so I get 5 weeks.
damn.
A few more years and I'll have 6.
Yeah, Mom's got 6 now.
Yeah, she's been there a little longer than I have.
So wait a bit, I get my 3rd one next year.
All right. So as you guys open the door, you see a group of cultists. Each of these cultists is a mob, so there's 15 cultists.
Oh, those
Two
fellows are just waiting to burst into flames, aren't they?
two unnatural-looking creatures, and what appears to be a sorcerer. And I need everybody to give me Discipline 2 tests.
Alright, this one I'll spend a fortune on.
As will I.
Time to stop fucking around.
Yeah, I'd say spend them if you got them.
Hazel, generate some momentum too would be nice.
Figures.
But that is 1 momentum for Clytie.
Momentum
2 for
and
Rory,
a
1 for
complication.
me.
Yeah, I generated 2.
Perfect. So you guys rush in, and you're momentarily taken aback. And those 2 unnatural-looking creatures just glare at you.
But none of them are like solid black void, dude.
No.
Okay.
And the the guy on the far side of the altar is the one that seems to be leading the chant, and it is definitely rising to a fever pitch.
Right.
Rory, if that man's not on fire the next
see
2
this
seconds,
tree?
I'll be very
Right
disappointed.
here. See this?
Hi, Captain.
Bigger is better.
But I will spend some doom to go first.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I assume the sorcerer guy is going first.
The sorceress guy is going first.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
So he reaches out. Ragnar is in the front. Spend a doom for another minor action.
He rolled knowledge. Does that mean he knows all your secrets?
He's rolling sorcery. Depending on the spell, it might not be terrible.
Okay, that's not a complication. So that's only 2 momentum. No, it's no momentum. It's just a hit. That could have been much worse.
Well, he almost screwed the pooch on that one.
What's the spell, Chris?
Dismember.
So he could acrobatics, right?
He could if he wants to give me doom.
might as well
If you got any acrobatics to speak of, why not give it a try?
do.
It's better than
Dismember
losing one
can
of your
hit so
favorite.
hard.
It's better than losing one of your favorite body parts.
Yeah, just a D1 or
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Alright. I will spend doom to break the tie in my favor.
Huh?
Still worth
Huh?
it.
0 net sum.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not horrible.
Good news, he didn't have a lot of momentum to play with.
Yep. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Piercing 9.
does armor help me at all here?
It does.
If you got more than 9.
Your left leg.
And shield, right? You got a shield.
My leg has 4. I have my shield wall.
Yep, so you can roll 4 for your shield. Shield blocks 1, so you only take 4, not enough for a wound.
Hey.
That's a win. That's a really
Yeah.
good win.
Yay, win.
And I will look back at him and say, looks like the guns have chosen you.
Alright. So, you guys are up.
I'll start this one off.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Actually, you start this one off. Big
Yeah.
fire.
I'm going to use the top level blockbuster. So I'll center that on our sorcery dude.
Cultist. Send it to the cultist first.
I'm just gonna shade my eyes a bit.
Well, yeah.
Because the area, you could choose him as secondary, right?
Well, yeah. This is basically the hellish brimstone is 6 damage, area fearsome incendiary 4.
I'm not even gonna look because cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah, don't
You walk away and just swap.
like
Yeah,
nuke going off. Don't even look at it.
and attacking either makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure what to do.
Well, I mean, I'll just dump it in there. Hope it doesn't reach us, and
happens.
and then we'll go from there. How does that sound?
Perfect.
It's nuking it from over. It's the only way to be sure.
It pretty much, yes, that's how I feel. Needless to say, I'm going to use some momentum.
Oh yeah,
use,
burn him.
use a fortune. Fuck.
Well, I've only got 1 left. We might need it for later.
That's fair.
Need it for a save.
I'll just grab 3.
If you had 2, I would say go for it.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang on to that other one just in case we need to have our brains rewashed again.
Fire in a hole.
Bing, bing, bing.
We spent a lot of money on those exotics, but man, they're worth it.
Didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast Fireball.
Right.
To whom it may concern.
Oh, dang.
Roll at 19.
I'm going to reroll the 19.
Yeah.
Yep.
Burn, baby, burn.
Disco Inferno.
Right. So you do have 2 extra momentum.
You can do your damage first, right?
I'll roll my damage up first and then see what it looks like.
Five, 6, 7
That's not
damage.
With two effects.
Yeah.
Effects. So there's only one I could re-roll anyways, right?
You could re-roll as many as you want. There's only one that's worth re-rolling.
True. So I'll just leave that as is, and I'll put the 2 right straight into damage.
Okay. And you were tossing that at occultist? Or the sorcerer?
The sorcerer. He's the epicenter. Blast out from there.
Okay. Alright. So the flames wash over him to no effect.
I hate this guy.
But you do get to hit 2 other targets.
And the 2 undead ones.
Okay.
Immune to fire.
Possibly.
That doesn't
Infernal?
seem cricket at all.
Okay, they take some damage. Does that one have spread or just incendiary in area?
Incendiary and area.
Okay, so they are on fire.
Something's burning. It's incendiary 4 too, which is fun.
Ooh.
Oof, that's going to be rough on them.
But now we got torchlight.
Roman candle number 1 and Roman candle number 2.
Alright. Clytius, Ragnar, and Caro.
Right, I'm going to break from the squad.
Okay.
And I'm going to heed my words on the cultists.
Okay.
Heed my words. You done fucked up.
That's a command test.
Shut the fuck up!
I haven't rolled an actual threat in the entire session.
Hard to threaten the dead, really.
Yeah. I'll spend 3 momentum for 1 fortune, Chris.
Okay.
I'll re-roll the 18. Not bad.
Okay.
I assume that's a hit.
That is. There are minions that can't take reactions, so.
All right. And I do have a heed my words. There it is. Don't think I need to spend anything yet. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. Doing damage. I'd like to see some effects there. What did I get? Generate 2. So that's 1 overflow, Chris, is it?
No, that's what brings you to 5.
Brings me to 5. I'm going to spend 1 to re-roll the 2. I mean,
Okay.
the damage is good, but area is important here. Well, I hit 1 guy really, really hard. That's piercing. Well, piercing nothing, actually. Stun nothing. because there's no effects.
Yep. So one of them is just like, ah. Apparently he has not been fully indoctrinated.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
That was
damn it.
not great.
Hard man to find.
I'll spend 2 for Steely Glare.
Okay.
I'll target the sorcerer just because I need to know if I can target him. It's worth doing. Steely Glare. I have 2 bonus d20s.
Okay. 1 momentum.
Damage. Oh, don't need to re-roll that. I'll spend that momentum on piercing.
Okay.
Actually, is he holding anything?
He is not.
Okay, so piercing.
Okay.
That is piercing 3, so 6 piercing.
Okay.
Does he take a wound from that?
He does, but it doesn't affect him really.
So it's... Am I doing damage or am I not doing damage?
You did resolve damage to him, yes.
Okay, perfect.
But
Just
he,
piercing 9 damage didn't cause a wound or a trauma?
it caused a trauma, but he's immune to the effects of trauma because he's already insane. So
Oh, I get you. Yeah. But I could still continue the
They see me.
social based.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the wounds will still accrue. It's just they're not having an effect, but it'll still beat them out of resolve runs.
Ragnar and Clytius.
The big guns.
Yeah, wow.
Slice, dice, Julianne, get rid of the cultists.
How many zones are we looking at, Chris, for movement purposes?
It's pretty much all close. It's like
Oh, okay.
one big open area.
In that case, I'd like to go to like this cultist here in the middle.
Okay.
Plant my boot into the one that Caro made scared, and just kind of walk up him and jump over him to get to the table and the necromancer.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna plant my foot in his gut and use him as a stair to hop over the group.
Okay. Cultists can't take reactions, so they can't opportunity attack you. So
Awesome. And then I'll just plant the battle axe in this son of a bitch. Spend 1 for 2.
okay.
Oh, I should put some in the pool.
Gives you 2.
All right. Fuck, I
Ugh.
could reroll 3 of those. I'll spend 1 for blood on steel, so that'll make it 3 and 9.
Okay. All right. You hit him, and it's like hitting solid steel. Like you're kind of sure you may have dented your axe.
Is it too late to spend 1 for armor pierce?
You can spend 1 for piercing, yes.
Okay, how does that change things?
So that'll pierce 6. So he takes slightly more vigor damage. You did not get all the way through his armor with that.
God
Okay.
damn it.
We'll spend another 1 for piercing then.
Okay. So with that, he will take 6 damage. So you cut into his right leg, and it takes like all of your effort to cut through his
Yeah.
flesh.
That's fine.
And as you do, and your axe pulls back, where you expect to see blood, there is just darkness.
Shit.
Ragnar, can you kill a whole bunch of the chanting cultists?
But that scored a wound, right?
It did.
So that's 2.
Yep.
So,
Kinds, but
I'm happy with that.
so Claudius had originally had the same idea that Ragnar did, just Ragnar was originally going to do it with less acrobatics and just drop shoulder through the cultists, but seeing Claudius already do it, he's just going to target the cultists.
I mean, I feel like it's my wheelhouse because I've got like a couple different athletics talents and a couple different acrobatics talents.
Yeah, it's kind of like Claudius is the dagger.
Swashbuckly shit is kind of up in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's kind of like Claudius is the dagger. Ragnar's the freight train.
hammer and anvil, boys.
Pretty much. So yeah, Ragnar is just going to close right up with the cultists, and like pretty much as they're still reeling from like, oh, this guy just jumped over us, Ragnar's bringing his axe into them.
Okay.
Like, don't worry, we didn't forget you.
Yeah, it's like you're not that special. I might as well use that last momentum that's there.
Nice.
That is a solid hit with cultists.
Yeah. See what the damage looks like before I do anything.
Bring in the whippersnipper.
Reroll blanks.
Okay, so
Stubborn.
that's 9 damage on a cultist.
Um,
That'll kill
I'd-
2 of them.
but would a momentum take another out?
No.
Okay, I won't do anything then. Would blood on steel do anything?
No.
Okay, I'll leave it as is.
This is
My
gonna
goal
be down,
at
guys.
the moment. Goal at the moment is to be like, hey, you wave of cultists, don't look at the guy back there, look at me.
Okay.
In your
And-
face, he's not.
And they are going to fall upon you with their steely daggers.
Okay.
One group of them is going to hit you.
You can pair it with the shield.
Uh-huh.
They only do 2 damage.
Doesn't even get through my armor.
It doesn't matter.
I think there's just a lot of like tink 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 tink.
Not a complication because I actually do have combat.
I mean, Ragnar, your armor costs more than our
Yes.
first ship, so
Ooh, they generated doom for me.
Look at them doing work.
you're wearing like +2 plate mail.
Yeah, it's great.
Ooh, that one's going to hit you for 3 damage in the arm.
Still nothing.
Oh no!
You're welcome.
If they'd done an exploit, they might actually have gotten some traction. But
Don't give them ideas.
I'm just saying,
Still have a shield.
it's not the dagger's fault.
So one of the creepy things that is on fire, it'll take damage at the start of the round from the fire. But while it's still alive, it just reaches out this bony hand and it points as Ragnar.
Huh?
It's going to spend its 1 personal doom.
The salmon moose.
I love these guys. I use them
Okay.
a bunch.
Ooh, shit.
Yep. So that'll be 2 momentum. You know what? I'm going to spend one of the ones they generated to reroll those blanks.
Okay.
Huh?
So that is going to be 8 mental damage against Ragnar.
Can I do anything to negate that?
Well, Kara will suck up 2 of it.
I'll spend a momentum to reroll the blanks.
It's not damage, you can't.
Oh, it's only damage. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's 2.
So
It's a terrible roll.
2 from Karo, 1 from your courage.
Alright, so 5.
Oh, counseling.
I still don't have a trauma.
5 would be a trauma.
Is it?
Yep. And you are also stunned unless you want to give me 3 doom.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
Stunned is bad.
We don't want staggered. We need Ragnar.
Okay. And then because it is also area, I will target Clytius for 8 mental.
Okay. How much does
Karo, Karo soak 2.
so that'll get 1 through.
Okay. And you are stunned unless you want to give me 3 doom.
3 doom? Oh fuck. Yeah. I guess so.
Oh God, this is going south.
And I may as well target Karo with my other effect. Actually, 3 effects means I can target everybody. So Karo, 8 mental.
My protection does not help me.
Nope.
It goes down to 7. So I take a trauma.
Yep. And stunned unless you want to give me 3 doom.
I'm not giving you.
Okay. And Rory also takes 8. Minus 2 from Karo and minus your courage.
Yeah, I just have 1 in courage, so anything else I can do about that then?
Okay. So that'll be 5. Which is trauma.
In hindsight, we should have tried to defend that.
And stunned unless you want to give me 3 doom.
Well, we didn't know at first that he was
I'm
hitting
gonna stun
all of us.
blast.
I've used these before, so I didn't want to kind of metagame it. So.
Good on you, sir.
So is Rory going to be stunned, or are you going to put my doom pool up to 20?
So I was just wondering if I can use healthy superstition to create more morale soak.
You certainly can. So for every momentum you spend, it'll give you 1 die of courage soak, and it's important to note that it's listed as an immediate spend, which means you can also buy courage by giving me doom.
Buy courage?
Yep, because every momentum you spend gives you 1 die of soak.
Oh, okay.
But because it is an immediate spend, immediate spends can be paid for with doom instead of momentum.
Oh, alright.
So you could go like, I'm going to take like 10 cover dice worth of soak, but I'm going to pay for it with doom and give me 10 doom.
You're funny. However, I only need to actually soak 1 to not have to worry about taking a trauma, correct?
Yes, correct.
But if you soak it all, then you don't have to pay any doom?
No,
To not be stunned?
you're still stunned.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So even if I take 4, I still get stunned?
Yep. Effects happen unless you pay the cost.
Gotcha.
I'll have to remember
stunned is
that
what?
for my Monday game.
Oh, it's brutal. Yep. That's why those big fire bombs are so impressive.
Yeah, I will spend one of our momentum so that I don't take a trauma. Then I'll happily just.
Okay, so it gives you a die worth of soak. So on a 1, it's 1. On a 2, it's 2. A 5 or 6 is 1. 3 or 4 is nothing.
Oh, okay. Then I better spend the 2.
Right.
I'm like, oh, dice! Ah!
Yeah.
Okay, so 2d6.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, the fates. They so hate me.
still take the trauma.
Ugh. Okay.
Right. And this one that's on fire. Close with Clytius. Reach out with its touch of endless cold. It will.
But it's on fire, so it's warm.
It will spend its personal doom on this.
oh
Did the
shit!
same to me.
Oh yeah, gotcha. What kind of reach does it have?
You're stunned, so you don't have guard.
No, I spent 2. I am not.
Oh, that's right. It only has a reach of 1, so it hits you, but it does not generate any momentum.
So I can roll parry then.
You can parry this if you choose. Yes.
I should really take some parry talents. Oh well.
Parry's a big deal.
Well, if we live to the next, downtime.
Panther
I got 1.
is a beast with parry.
Okay. I will spend doom to break the tie in my favor.
All right, I try.
It's not letting me lower my doom. That is going to be only 4 damage to your left leg.
Okay. Does armor work?
Yes, it does.
Okay, then I will take 1 physical.
Okay. And you are stunned unless you give me 2 doom.
I really don't want to be stunned.
We almost have to go all in now, right?
Yep.
All right, that is them. So you said it was incendiary 4, Jeff?
Yeah, I think so.
It's top of the food chain.
Perfect. So you can roll 4 dice for each of them.
Sweet.
Top of the
Burn,
round.
baby, burn.
Alrighty, we'll go with the first one. I guess the top one.
Okay.
This is so bad.
Takes 1 more damage.
I get an effect though, so it keeps going.
Yep.
And on the other one.
Come on, no whammies.
No, I think the rolling system just wants to give me whammies now, it seems.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, 4 damage on that one.
That was better. And it continued 2 continuing effects.
Oh no, he's burned up.
Yep. Yeah, these things they're not super robust, but they are stun lock monsters. All right. Also, top of the round, Clytius, you see where that split happened in the sorcerer's leg. He smiles at you, and he kind of finishes his chanting, and he just smiles and he whispers to you, and he says, "He is here. The ritual is complete."
Fuck.
And he catches a name that you're not sure you understand correctly.
That's okay. I don't try. Oh, is he...
Oh,
Oh,
Better.
Oh, good.
Worse. No, worse. Oh, it's worse.
Okay. So that is a difficulty 3 discipline test for everybody.
Good God.
See, now you know why I hung on to my fortune.
Yeah, I'm spending
Yeah.
my last one.
And the name he whispers to you as he says, "The master is here." He says, "Naharliototep has arrived."
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to
Another
Clytius.
elder god.
He thinks it's impressive, but Clytius is just like, yeah, whatever.
I fail.
Oh, fuck.
Courageous means you can reroll 1, Ragnar.
Yep.
I will. I will happily do that.
I might have generated some momentum for somebody.
You did. You generated 1. Oh, Ragnar succeeds.
I think Ragnar's like, oh great, another elder god.
So when this thing pops out of the little guy, is it still wounded?
No. And you
How'd
actually
you know?
see his skin like splits, and it just gives birth to this worm that just keeps growing and growing and growing. So Karo is the only one that failed.
Get it quick.
Great, endless worm. Gotcha. On the other side, maybe this thing is vulnerable to fire.
Oh, God.
May as well spend one of his personal doom to re-roll.
Doesn't look good.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no.
that is 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 16, 17 resolve damage.
Okay, so that is, I'm to 0. It gives me a wound. That's obviously a wound in itself.
Yep.
Brings me to 3 traumas.
Okay. So yeah, a wound because you had 0, and then a wound because it was 5 or more, or a trauma because it was 5 or more. Because it also has area, it affects everybody else as well.
Oh, that's a lot of effects. Yeah. I still can give 4 dice to help.
The good news is it also breaks the minds of the cultists.
I would expect so, yeah.
But we some of us made our roll, right?
Some of you made your roll. Those of you who made your roll are fine.
Okay.
Thank hell.
But it's area, right?
It is area, but they still succeeded.
Okay.
It's one of those weird things where it's an area attack, but everybody succeeded against the fear effect, so...
Meanwhile, Arrow's drooling in a corner.
Caro's messed up.
Kara's ready to go home. He's ready for the day to be done.
See, he's defending you, but not himself.
And I will
The
spend...
good news is we're not looking at you, so you can still be inspiring and falling apart at the same time.
Okay. I will also spend one of its personal doom to go first. Oh, you also notice it got a little bit bigger as Karo lost his mind, and as the cultists lost their mind.
That's fine.
I'm technically still standing.
Like how much bigger is really is really a problem.
Feed upon fear. The creature gorges on fear of others. Game Master gets 1 point of doom each time a character suffers mental damage.
Oh, that's bad. That's
What
very
about
bad.
the child of the dark? Did he go insane too?
No, he is immune to that. But it was 8 cultists and Karo, so that's 9 doom.
10. Because I took 2 ones.
It's only if you take damage, not if you anything like that.
Okay.
So it'll spend one of its personal doom to go first.
He's got 27 doom. Oh my god.
Yeah, we might fade to black in this vision, but I think we learned a lot.
And it is going to attack Karo with its gargantuan maw.
I will parry.
Yeah, do that.
You get him. You got him.
Or dodge, depending on
Get him, champ!
Is this a parry or an acrobatics?
This is a parry, if you wish.
I mean, I might as well try since I'm completely fucked anyway.
Just scream at it and wave your hands at it.
Parry. I'm going to give you 3 doom because I don't think it matters. And I'm going to use that as a fortune.
Okay.
Oh, we've hit that combustion point.
And I'm going to spend that momentum just to drag this fight out. It's not even close to enough.
Oh, and a complication.
I don't have a reroll.
Well, I may as well spend one of those momentum I got on rerolling.
Sure. Why not?
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There are just some things in the universe man was not meant to see.
So that is 21 damage.
21.
And yet, here we are.
All right. Well, I got a shield. Brings it down to 19.
Yep.
Oh, 18.
Minus your armor and the torso.
Brings it down to 14. I'll sacrifice the shield.
Okay.
Still take a wound.
Okay.
Still take 2 wounds because I'm out of figure.
So you take 2 wounds, but you sacrifice the shield to stop 1.
Correct.
Well, no, never mind. That only works for tents.
Meet the crash cart.
Oh, I think Caro is firmly in there's no place like home. There's no place like home territory.
How to do that?
Spend a doom to attack Karo again with the tentacles.
And I think that opens up my treated wound.
It does.
Bring it on, bitch. Let's go. Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I got nothing. It's fine.
Go ahead, eat me.
Giving you more doom's not going to help.
Spend 1 of doom. This is the last of its personal doom.
As opposed to the 18 you have in the... Oh my god.
Jesus. Farewell to arms.
So that's going to be another 2 wounds.
He's dead.
Okay.
Christ probably swallowed whole after that.
Yep. So yeah, it bites down on, well, not Karo, the slave that went on this mission. And basically it like partially eats him, and then it like just shoves him down its gullet with its tentacles.
It's like the scene from the Muppets. Remember that? Om nom 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 nom.
Reminds me of EverQuest back in the day. Pain and suffering try to hit you, but miss. You have died. Loading, please wait.
Loading, please wait.
Okay, you guys are up.
Get him.
Well,
Get him.
yeah, give it some fire while it's all by itself.
Yeah, we'll do some firing. Well, let's see here.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if fire doesn't hurt it, I don't think. But
No,
if it
fine.
does, we might have a chance.
I'm going to use the personal one because unless this thing's big enough to take all of it, but I'll use something with spread. And we have no momentum, do we?
No.
Not a drop.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and I'll actually create something.
Is this the unspeakable horror, unspeakable abomination, Chris?
It is.
I ran the Black Temple for the guys there last week, and
Gonna roll
There-
20.
there's a section where they're in like catacombs or whatever, and it's like, oh, if you want to, you can put an unspeakable abomination in here, just wandering around. And I'm like, I took a
Nice
look at
roll.
the stat block for it, and I'm like,
Got some momentum.
they will all die.
That is a hit. Generates 2 momentum in the process.
Yeah, and I will do some damaging here.
Okay.
This one is Incendiary 3 and Spread.
Okay.
I would like to spend a momentum to reroll the blanks.
Yep.
So I'll roll those 2.
Oh, now we're
Nice.
cooking.
Better. Got some effects, got some damage.
Yep, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage and some spread. So 5 damage and then it spreads twice. And does not seem to care.
Hellfire Grease.
I'm going to take it a word for dying first.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Okay, Clytius and Ragnar.
Alrighty then. Let's get in there.
Good luck, chaps.
See how the old battle axe fares.
Okay, difficulty is 2 because it has reach.
Okay, I'll spend 1 to get 1. And
Yeah.
just succeed. Reroll the blanks.
That's not bad.
I'll spend the last. Well, sorry, Ragnar. Spend the last one for Blood on Steel.
Oh, don't worry, I have a plan.
Okay, buddy. So that becomes
Put momentum for me. I'm about
9,
to have
10,
one every
14.
turn.
14.
And if that doesn't do something, wow. Might be time to just roll up and die.
So you do cut deep into it and it starts to spell out this inky black ichor. You had the feeling that you have its attention now.
Good. Intense, if that helps.
Yep. You 100% have its attention.
Sure.
Now it's up to see if Ragnar can take his attention away.
Oh, here it comes. Ragnar is gonna go position himself over, just out of reach of Clytius. Clytius is out of Ragnar's reach, and Ragnar's is going to go berserk.
All right.
Ooh,
Love this
This is a new
talent.
trick?
Love this talent.
He's had this for a while. It's just he's never had the really the need to use it.
Yeah, Chris has it in my game. He's very careful with it.
better now than ever.
I believe now I have a
So you get a
momentum whenever I attack.
yeah, you get a free momentum or number of momentum equal to your ranks in Berserk, but opponents get the same amount of bonus momentum on attacks against you.
It's okay. This is kind of like my ride or die.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a
cut
ride
loose.
and die.
If it's not now, when?
Exactly. I'm just going for damage at this point.
So I'll put the 1 bonus momentum in there in case you want to use it on your attack or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Any chance to just generate more. Come on, man.
Oh, that is
Have a fortune line?
don't.
All right, so you get psyched up and you're like grunting, and you swing at this thing, but you're in such a like red haze that you just completely miss.
Another Elder God!
And I will say for the complication, you shatter your battle axe on the floor.
Damn it.
Oof.
But
it's not really your battle axe.
Yeah, it's not really my battle axe, but still feel the pain. Just
You still have your sword, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys,
sword, I have a
this isn't
spear.
over, right? If we die here, we could die in the real world.
All right. The,
Sounds like a later problem.
The Child of the Dark, while still on fire, is going to once again instill creeping terror in Ragnar.
I mean, is anybody scared of this guy now that this thing's in the room? Is that a thing? I feel it has to lessen the effect.
So it succeeds. These things are almost as scary as it is, actually.
Well,
You can give me a doom if you would like to resist with your discipline. Otherwise, it is going to do mental damage to you.
Oh, does he burn at the first of his turn or the end of his turn?
He burns at the start of the round. But the complication will probably be that this is his last hurrah.
Might as well give you stuff.
Okay. So you can make a discipline test.
Give so much doom.
I'm so good at these.
I mean, there comes a tipping point where it just doesn't matter how much doom he has.
Alright, that is going to be 6 mental against Ragnar, minus your courage, so that'd be 5.
Got to the bottom of my resolve.
So that is 2 trauma.
Yeah.
And you're stunned unless you give me 4 doom.
I might as well just give you the doom.
Okay.
When resolve hits bottom, does it go back to the top or
Nope. It just means if you take
stays there?
if you take any resolve damage at all now, it's automatically a trauma.
And if you had a fortune left, you could spend it to fill your pool back up.
I don't.
And then because somebody took resolve damage, the creature feeds upon fear.
Oh, he can
Pissed,
feed on other people's
scared,
damage?
I'm just,
Yep.
Nah.
Whenever anybody takes resolve damage for any reason.
This
And
guy.
it's also area, so that's also going to be 6 mental to Rory and to Clytius.
It's like we're fighting against like a Magic the Gathering creature that like gets +1/+1 counters every time someone takes damage.
Yep.
Alright, 6, I'll take 1.
Okay. And stunned unless you give me 4 doom.
Sure, you know what? Take it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. And Rory's going to take 6 minus your courage, and stunned unless you give me 4 doom.
Okay, so technically, do we still get shielding from Carl?
You do. No, not from Karo, but you do get the you do get your superstition.
Okay. Except we don't have any.
No, that when you buy that, that's for the rest of the scene.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, it's a
have
great
the
talent.
2.
Yep, so you have 2 dice to cover, and then your normal courage.
Okay, so I will. Yeah. Speaking of things, I might need to buy more of courage. Yeah.
Well, that's the good thing. Like, anytime you put another rank in discipline, you get more.
Yep.
You get more courage.
2 and take 4.
So it was 6 total, so your superstition blocks 1, and then your courage is 2, so you only take 3 resolve.
Okay.
But Clytius took damage, Rory took damage. Alright, it is the next round. You can roll your fire damage on... Oh no, the Child of the Dark, his complication was that he was just going to...
Snuff out.
I'll go first. I'm dead.
Okay, the Abomination will spend a doom to go first.
Oh god.
Too
Of
well.
course it will.
Good job, Caro. You got in there.
Yep. Yep.
And Clytius absolutely has its attention.
Bring it on, you great ugly snot monster. Yep, good job.
God.
So that is a hit.
Run, Rory, run.
I may as well use the 6 that I generated on damage.
See, it's not so bad until you reroll.
Oh my God.
Now it's a lot worse.
Oh, shit.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 damage to your head.
Sure.
Sure.
Probably snapped it right off.
It'll definitely deal 2 wounds.
Okay. Then it'll spend a doom to slap you with its tentacles.
It slices, it dices, it julienne.
God damn it.
The good news is there's no vicious on this, so that's only 10 physical, and you are knocked prone unless you give me 5 doom.
Well, it's gonna be another wound, but not 2.
Mazel!
What's your vigor at currently?
0.
So that'll be 2, because any damage at all when you're at 0, and then any hit that's 7 or more in your case. Does it?
I don't take 7 damage. I take 5.
Oh, how much armor do you have?
In the torso, 5.
Oh, wow. Nice. So yeah, you're badly fucked up, but not yet dead.
Yeah.
Power of alchemical science.
Alright. So you guys are up.
I'll go first. I'm dead.
Okay.
I'm going to try something poisonous.
Okay.
I mean, well, we're in here. It'd be good to know if it works on it. So I'm going to use one of those, the big bad level 5. Was it the? What was it again?
We had some funky shit there a while ago, didn't we?
Oh yeah, I have lots of funky shit. I just don't really get an opportunity to use it. Although whenever we get Lotus Halls, I have a tendency to turn them into whatever I need. So,
I think now's the time.
well, Mazel. So I'm going to use the. Let me see here. It's the Catan Purple Paralytic. So I have it at 5.
All right.
And it makes all physical actions harder by 1 difficulty step per ingredient used. So that was 5 ingredients. So that's 5 potential to all its difficulties.
Okay.
So we'll see if it works.
Okay.
So I can do that, and then I can still move. Is there a simple actions I can take?
Not really. Like usually, movement's a simple action, but you're in the same zone.
If it's a ranged attack, can't he use his minor to aim?
I don't think I can't remember right off the top of my head if aim is a thing in Conan or not.
Don't think so.
I don't think it is. Let's check though, because that could be important.
I'm 100% sure there's no aim in.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's a Forgotten Lands.
Too many systems.
So many games.
Well, there's aim in Star Trek and there's aim in Fallout. So
There is exploit, which could matter. It's standard action.
Yeah, but that to require him to be able to take another action, which we don't have momentum for.
Oh no, my only thought was to poison, move over to where the sacrificial altar is, and
Yeah.
then check it out to see if there's anything information I can glean from it.
yeah, the checking it out would be an action, but you can definitely like throw your poison and then move over there.
Sounds good. And then we're gonna chuck us some poison. We don't have momentum, or I had, fortune.
I think we're all in on the kitchen sink for this one.
I'm gonna reroll the 16.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, so this poison goes sailing, and you're expecting it to like see it seize up or something, and poison seems to have no effect on the creature.
It's worth a shot.
Good to know. Information is good.
Information, some momentum in the pool as well.
Excellent.
That will take us to Clytius and Ragnar.
Take your shot, Ragnar. I'm real messed up.
Right. Ragnar is still in rage mode. He's gonna take out his broadsword. He's pretty much like drop the axe handle and just draw the broadsword.
Okay.
Keep trying to get into this guy.
Okay.
Free momentum. I just put everything we have into it, like
Oh,
roll,
yeah.
Go for it. You're our
all
best
three
chance.
momentum, see
Yeah,
to
dump it.
try
Dump,
to
dump it all.
generate more.
Yep.
I need one more momentum put into the pot. My free one.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. So difficulty was 2 because of its reach, but still generates 2 momentum for you.
Oh, lovely. Now let's roll some damage. I'm gonna wait, just see what happens. I roll really well here. And that one.
That's a great roll. Blood on steel, that shit.
Yeah, we'll throw in some blood on steel. I believe that's
So
one.
that'll bring the damage up to 13.
Do I have anything else here? I believe because I put momentum on it, I get other things due to, was it either Deft Blade or Killing Strike? I forget which one it was.
Killing Strike is 2 momentum to add another wound.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, never mind. Just put that last momentum onto damage.
Put it into piercing.
Could,
Yep,
yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Piercing's 2 for 1.
Let's do that. Use that last momentum for piercing.
Okay. All right. So you cut deep into it, definitely carving into the like darkness is just spilling out of it, and you see like where there are wounds on this thing. It is just a void, and what's worse is as you stand close to it, there's a pull. There's like a second gravitational pull towards those wounds on the body. Clytius, you're the only one up.
Didn't get it done, huh? All right, well, we'll give one final swing. Do my wounds enhance my difficulty?
They do. How many wounds do you have?
4.
So that would make it difficulty of 5.
Awesome. And there's none of that momentum in there, is there?
There is 1.
All right. Almost.
Almost. So yeah, you're having a hard time even just like lifting your battle axe.
Yeah. Matthias will swing the axe one last time, and then he'll just drop to his knees and hold his amulet and pray to meet him.
So at this point, since it's like 6:15, so as this thing kind of materializes, like your attacks are having some effect on it. You've learned that it doesn't care about poison, and it is very, very frightening, and capable of felling lesser foes in a single blow. But as you kind of, steel up and put your mind to it, the Clytius will end up getting destroyed in the process. Ragnar probably as well, with the berserk going on. Rory, or the memory that you're inhabiting, as this thing finally gets whittled down with Ragnar's last breath, you're like, okay, now. And you can see, like, even though it's defeated, it is starting to reform.
Ugh.
And you pull out this orb, and you start chanting in a language that you don't quite understand. And the reforming of the creature seems to pause. It doesn't end, but it is paused. And that's when the fumes from whatever this mirror hit you with kind of leave. And you kind of, all 4 of you, even Karo, kind of shake your heads a little bit as you kind of come to in the hut.
Ugh.
Rory.
Interesting.
Oh, Christ. You got any meat up in here, old man?
He's like, yeah. And he goes and he grabs some bottles.
I bring out a bottle of the honey spirit we made.
Just have a seat, take your time. The visions can sometimes leave one disoriented.
I think Carl's gonna be really disoriented if the wounds carry over.
They do not.
All right.
Rory, give me that bottle. Give me that bottle.
Aye, Captain. Here you go. I'll pull out a second one.
All right. So, wow. Rory. So anyway, really, just can someone explain to me what this nonsense is?
Oh,
'Cause-
Captain, it's not really nonsense. We essentially, through inhaling the fumes of the spirit that was in the pot, they were there, and this is how they went. Much death, but yet much struggling, proving that this thing in its infancy can be killed, and then we probably have to figure out how to get a hold of that magical orb.
Well, the question is, how long ago did this happen? Do we know that?
Mimir will. An orb. What did you see exactly?
Well, it was the endlessly growing worm from the abyss. In the vision, I pulled out as it was beginning after Clytius and Ragnar had managed to stab it enough times that it looked like it was quite hurt, but it was starting to regenerate. I pulled out this glowing orb and spoke words in a language I don't recall, and it froze it, like it just paused it. So, like, it's stuck that way.
Does it this orb, and he goes and he like grabs a book and he kind of flips through and he puts it on the table, and there's like a picture. He's like, does it look like this? And you're like, no, not that one. He flips come up and just this one, and he seems like to have like a book that's just a catalog of orbs. And he flips through.
This is my orb book.
He flips through. It's like this one, and finally he goes, that one.
Chris, while they're looking for orbs, it told me its name, right?
It did.
So I can tell the group.
You can.
Or you could just write it down.
All right,
These things are best left unspoken.
fair enough. This is what it said it was, or who it said. I don't know.
He gets this look on his face. This is the orb of souls. It binds things together. What did you say? Just repeat the words. I know you don't understand what they mean, but just repeat the words.
I will repeat the words from my memory.
It's like
Klaatu, Verata.
Klaatu, Verata. He's like, okay. The orb of souls was last seen 400 years ago. The year of empty graves.
Oh, that sounds good.
This activation, it bound the effect of the orb for as long as my blood walks the earth. Maybe whoever bound this creature, maybe his bloodline ended, and he'll look at Ragnar.
Well, shit.
What did you do?
Think Folkmar was from that bloodline?
His family did one good thing way back when.
And you up and killed him.
Well, looks like it's my turn to fix this mess.
Well, it sounds to me that you have to go find yourself a wench and make yourself a new bloodline.
I would say so.
This is very easy. It doesn't take that much effort. Trust me, I've made several.
Well, whoever binds this thing is the one that should do that.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
I mean-
I don't quite understand.
Well, it sounds to me like that with the death and the line being unbound, then this thing is now roaming. And, well, we need to get the orb and we need to rebind it. And then whoever then rebinds it has to make sure that they have bloodlines.
Is it just speaking the words, or because like we can all memorize the words, and then whichever one of us grabs a hold of the orb can do it, right? Or is it magic stuff?
Anyone with proper focused will should be able to use the orb.
It's probably going to be me.
I don't suppose we know where this orb is.
The orb was last seen hundreds of years ago. There are those who may know.
All right, breadcrumbs. Let's start following them. Where would be someone we can talk to then about where they might think it is?
There are options. And he'll pull down like another one of his books. Say, there are the Witchmen in Cheersbog. They are an ancient order, well versed in magic. They undoubtedly have kept tabs on the location of items of import. For all I know, they may even have the orb. They are not outsider friendly, and I say this as someone who does not willingly accept visitors.
We've noticed.
If they will not or cannot answer you, their library in Kolu Castle would have information. Or there is an oracle in the mountains, a spirit in the Graskell Mountains that rumor says can answer any question if you're willing to pay the price.
Oh, yeah. Well, that one sounds like last dude.
Those are the things that I'm aware of.
Well, whole witches thing is probably the best bet, because at least there, then we might find more information that might not have to force us to go to the all-knowing spirit and whatever sacrifices must be made for it.
Unknown prices are never pleasant.
Yeah.
Roy, this is your realm more than the rest of us. I suppose you should make the call.
Well, I definitely think we're not going to go right off to the spirit. You just, what it's going to ask is probably going to be grievous to someone. So best start with, we might get a chilly reception from the order, but at least it's something we could probably deal with. And then their information, if they either freely give it or we have to dig it up, will then perhaps either give us the answer we're looking for, or at least point us in another direction that doesn't necessarily have to force us to pay some kind of a sacrifice. Oh, and don't forget, we have a ice worm to kill, right? Yeah.
I mean, sure.
There's the end of the world thing happening. We'll deal with the ice worm after, winter stops.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, regardless. All right, everyone, let's pack our things up. If you might, I'd like to have a conversation with this gentleman in private, if I could, just for a moment.
I just was kind of curious. He's got all kinds of books and things, right? Does he know any fancy runes or anything you can put on an axe to make it cut into things from the outer dark a little better?
Aye.
Just asking.
There are runes and inscriptions, but they are short term. They are meant for when you're preparing to go into a battle. So I could put such a rune upon your axe, but you would have to know when to use it.
Okay.
So it means you wouldn't be able to, the rune will discharge the first time it connects with an opponent.
Oh, can you teach me how to turn it on? So I can do it when the time is right?
I do not feel we have enough time.
Oh, okay. Well, worth a shot.
But I could inscribe such a rune upon your weapon. You would just need to keep the weapon sheathed.
I got a spare cutlass. Actually, no. Do the axe.
Okay.
I'll be using cutlasses from here on out until we get to the bad guy.
I can do this. And he'll look over at Rory and say, I do have some ingredients here. We can make sure that you are adequately prepared.
Aye. Thank you.
Alright. And then...
Alright, sounds like a wrap then.
Okay. And Carl was going to talk to him?
Yeah, in private if you can.
Yep. He'd be like, shoo, out.
My people tell me that you're a wise man. You have visions of the future. You have an understanding of prophecy and magic.
I have an understanding. I do not have visions.
I have no understanding of magic. I don't know how that works. But I am concerned about my crew. These are my people, you see. And now I understand that I am from a different culture, and we all look at things different, but these are my men. These are people that look to me for leadership. And I would like to beg you to give me some insight on how I can keep them safe.
I would if I could. There is no knowing what you may face. This creature, this dark entity, this endless worm. If it is stirring, its first actions will be to send forth minions to find out the state of the world, to find out who may oppose it. There is no accounting for what manner of creatures, beasts, and horrors you may face. So I could give you platitudes that would make you feel better, but they would be inaccurate at best.
No, sir, I don't want your platitudes, and we have faced beasts and monsters and gods before. We have risen islands and sank them. We have faced gods and put them under our boots. We understand there are things outside of our control, but I also understand there are wise men like you that have a power greater than what we have. And I'm not a fan. Let me say this clearly. I am not a fan of your sorcerer's ways or your tribal ways, as it were. But as my friend Rory has explained to me, that sometimes magic has a price. I'd be willing to pay a price to protect my crew. If there's a way you can make that happen.
I will see what I can do. It's a sign of a good chieftain to be concerned about his people.
All right, we'll camp outside where you check your books and your clay pots.
I will see what I can do.
All right.
And with that, we will bring this session to a close.
Right?
Yeah, as we're waiting around, like for whatever, since I have access to whatever he's got around, I'm gonna actually try to make a Hamsa pendant for everyone.
All right.
That way, everyone can have a courage too. So
Nice.
Oh, don't bother making one for me. I've already got courage 3 on mine.
Yep. But it's 2 more.
Dice or dice?
I don't think they stack, do they?
Talismans do.
Oh,
well,
okay.
this is a courage 2 soak non-stacking.
Yeah, so it will.
That means you can't use multiple Hamsa pendants.
Right. So, like, if your courage 3 is just from like your courageous talent.
My courage 2 is for my talent. My courage 3 is for my amulet.
Okay. So it would give you the +2 instead of the +1. Like Rory could work your existing Mitra talisman into this one.
Yeah.
So it would put you up to a 4.
Or you can just
No, I've got a 5. I've got a 5 currently.
You got a 5 currently?
My courage soak is 5 because it's 2 from courageous and 3 from my Mitra talisman.
Oh, you get 3 from the talisman. I thought you said you only got
Yeah.
1 from the talisman. I
no.
misunderstood. Okay, yeah, it would not benefit you then.
It'll help me because I'm only good at helping you.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right.
Mitra's blessings
Definitely
are strong.
Definitely helped me. I'd have literally pretty much no courage soak besides the 1.
Well, that's some of the knowledge that came out of this encounter that we need some courage. So
Yeah.
It's very much a Cthulhu type thing. So yes, lots of sand loss.
yeah. So
I brutalized in this session.
well, that's what I
brutalized.
took when I took talismans. So I'm like, well, better make use of this.
I took 8 wounds and traumas in this game.
That was ridiculous.
Well, I figured this is a good way to show you guys what you're up against, without actually putting your characters at risk.
It's good exercise.
We know what.
I assume any wounds / traumas that were suffered in the dream realm are not inflicted over.
Correct.
Can get
They'll
rid of
just
those,
haunt your
then.
nightmares for years to come. It's fun.
Pretty much.
Alrighty, so I gotta go and grab supper and then get ready to play a game.
Right.
Alrighty.
150 XPs.
150 XPs.
Cool.
That was crazy.
Alright. So everybody have a good evening,
Yeah. You guys too.
and we'll see everybody in a few weeks.
All right. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.